Okay. Hey guys. So something weird, of course. There's always something missing. I the button there to turn on the chat is missing. So it's like, okay, awesome. The button is missing. Did they move it? It's like, can things just be normal? Can y'all stop messing with stuff, StreamYard? Can you please? Let me see if it says anything about the chat. Guess. Um Jeez. Chat. Good morning, chat. Good morning. Good morning, Bougie Gang. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Create a marker. Restore defaults. Open. It was just in my last live. In my last live, I had the chat up. So it's like, where did it go all of a sudden? Like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay. And we've gotten used to it now. So, okay. Share the link to bring up guests. I don't need that. Oh, God. Now it's distractingly missing. Did they move the button somewhere? Anyway. Okay. Well, we'll deal with it for today. I can click on stuff. Hey, I'm glad you caught it live too. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Okay. So I was just in the Zoom. Okay, we have another friend who was in the Zoom. I don't know if that friend is going to click in. I'll let it be a surprise. But there was another friend in the Zoom, and they may click in. Todd had new video. Had a new video walking through the bedroom areas of his house with the kids. He is going crazy. Todd had a new video. Is he on his channel? Is that what you're saying? On the Todd Tucker channel? On YouTube, boo boo? All right, let me say hi to Gangstars. Gangstars, good morning, good morning, good morning. Facebook, good morning. Of course, YouTube, good morning, good morning, good morning. Is that Shawana? Hi, Shawana Boo. Aquarius Boo. Aquarius Bay. Good morning. Shawana Boo, Aquarius Bay, and Nesto's Handy Girl. Hey girl. Handy girl. Hey boo. Okay. So yes, Gangstars, thank you for getting here first. Okay. So Todd, now what did Todd do? Hold on. Let's see. Was it on the Jesus? It's like every single tab on my computer just all of a sudden started to wake up. Okay. All right, let me tell you guys before I forget everything cuz we were threatened with contempt of court if we recorded, videoed. He didn't say take pictures, but I'm going to just go with that. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the Todd Tucker channel. Hold on. This was the same judge that did Shirley and Nesto's divorce. Okay. All right. So Todd Tucker TV, he had a new video. I don't see a new video, boo. Was it a short? I did see. Okay, we got a friend who came in. Hold on a second. All right, let's just go ahead and kick this off because our friend, unbeknownst to me, a colleague from the YouTube streets, a well-known journalist, reporter, hip hop aficionado, all of the things, was on the check-in, and yes, hey sir, how are you?
Gang. Good morning, Bougie Gang. Good morning.
Y'all, I was over there in the bushes of the divorce courts, and sir was over there. I was like, "What? I didn't know Dennis was coming."
Oh, listen, I don't miss a good party. You know I'm gonna pull up. Listen, I cover all the high-profile divorce cases in Georgia, so high profile.
Well,
I'm in
put me
there.
on that list. I cover them now too.
How about that?
Okay,
How
put
about
me
that?
on that list.
Listen,
Okay,
we're gonna do a marathon. We're gonna do a
okay.
court marathon of divorce cases.
Period. So, the divorce proceedings happened on today. It was for those who didn't know, and it was on Zoom. So all you had to do was just call into the Zoom. They started pretty much on time, I would say. It was like about they checked me in on time, but it didn't start for maybe like it maybe it started at 9:50 or something like that.
Mhm.
Um Notably, the judge is the same judge that officiated over Shirley Strawberry. Are you still in YouTube? Can you close out your YouTube app?
Me? I'm not on YouTube.
Oh, you don't have your YouTube app open at all?
I don't
Okay.
think so. Hold on. Let me just make sure.
Swipe it up.
I'm swiping up, swiping up, swiping up.
Yeah, close out YouTube.
I don't want to swipe you. Okay, I want to swipe up.
If you do, it's okay. You can just call back in.
Okay, hold on. I got a lot of things open. Oh my god.
My God.
I got like 20 windows. I'm still swiping. Okay. How about now? Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this was the same judge that did Shirley and Nesto's divorce.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Well,
I,
yeah,
I said I
interesting,
said high
interesting fun
profile.
fact.
I said high profile.
So this was Judge Miller. And he's a nice guy. He seems to be about his business. So Randy Kessler was there, and Adama is Candy's lawyer.
Adama McKinney.
Candy,
Yep.
Adama McKinney, and so Candy was there in her Mama Joyce wig. Not to be funny, but she's doing the Mama Joyce look with the bangs and the little bob. Todd was there. There were a couple of extra lawyers, and then there were a few of us.
Well, I was on the phone, so I didn't know they were. I didn't know they were in the room.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Everybody had their cameras on except
Send,
for the
send,
people
send me the
joining in.
screenshot. Send me the screenshot.
So I can get arrested for contempt. So are you trying to set me up? Bougie Gang, did I not tell you that the judge said that it would be contempt of court? Is Dennis trying to set me up for the okey doke?
Dun 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 dun.
Because there was a certain person on the check-in, which I'm not going to say their name, but there was a certain blogger who I don't. I'm not putting any evidence out of no screenshots because that person is vicious and will definitely set someone up. Will definitely set someone up. So we're
Oh my
not
goodness.
falling for that, Dennis. Not on a Monday
Not
or a
Monday.
Tuesday.
Oh, any day. How about that?
Any day. Period. I'm from Jersey.
All right. All right.
Period. Okay. Dennis trying to set me up for the okey doke, y'all. Okay.
No, no,
So
no, no. I will make sure you're talk. Listen, listen. Listen. Randy called me out early.
so the video conference opens up and I see Randy Kessler is the first person I see immediately. You got it right, Queen Brielle. Randy Kessler was the first face that I noticed, and I did see him scanning like we all do. Any nosy people, when you get into a Zoom, the first thing you do, you're trying to see who's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did see Randy kind of park his eyeballs, and I did see Dennis Byron immediately. I saw the blogger on the check-in. Um and I saw another person. I didn't recognize her name, but I think she's a blogger too, and she was the one who had put in for the Rule 22. Do you want to talk about that since you're an experienced Fulton County Rule 22er?
Yeah. So basically, she submitted the Rule 22, and the judge Miller uh, had said he didn't rule on it yet, uh, and he was leaning towards not granting it. But he said, but well, he actually did rule on it because they had to have a hearing. Whenever you deny a Rule 22 and someone objects to denial, you have to have a hearing on it. She wasn't prepared to handle the hearing aspect of it, and I never submitted a Rule 22, so I didn't have an issue. She could have made a legitimate argument, but she wasn't prepared to handle it. And at that moment, the judge doesn't give you. You had to have a hearing within 24 hours of the denial. The judge didn't. She didn't have a lawyer standby or someone who knew how to argue the Rule 22 denial. So when the judge asked both attorneys, uh, what was their position on it? Well, you saw what Adama did. She said, she objected to it, and then Randy basically, he really, he said based on, now I don't know exact words, but essentially he just said, he would agree. But if had there been an argument that was put up, then now the judge has to, lean towards the right of the public to have access because these are both high profile figures. He's
Right.
the producer of movies, and and she is the Grammy-winning member of the group Escape plus Real Housewives of Atlanta. So
Mhm.
they definitely, and towards the end, I won't go get ahead of myself, but he said something towards the end that kind of stood out for me. But the point of the matter is, these are not private citizens; they're public figures. So,
Absolutely.
and this is the first time I've never had a Route 22 in this type high-profile case denied. I never had it happen. I covered every from Usher to Iverson to um, Ludacris to like all high-profile cases, never denied. She wasn't prepared
I
for it.
She wasn't prepared. I me personally, I didn't put one in. I wasn't asking for it. I just think that sometimes a divorce, when you're dealing with private situations, it's just best to let like, just
Yes, I
let's get
agree.
into the room. And
Yes,
when something significant is going to happen, maybe that's
facts.
the time to pull out the cameras and recording devices. Today wasn't like okay, they were there. Like, if all you wanted to do was snap some pictures, like, I don't know, today I feel like it was putting the cart before the horse.
Absolutely.
In terms of the Rule 22, it made it a thing out the
Yeah, and
gate.
it was a
We didn't
yeah,
even get to anything before it became a thing
right. It
of
was a
the
status symbol.
bloggers who were there. The
Right. It was
bloggers or the media was there, and then it became kind of like the elephant in the room. And I was
right.
just kind of like, "Oh God." You know what
And
I'm
it was
saying?
see you don't you she, what happened was when that happened, that put everyone on high alert that this case is at least garnered the attention of the YouTube community and the reporter
Right, we're
that knows,
here.
and Randy knows me. So it's just a matter of now this is we got to kind of control what comes out, and even with that situation, and you'll talk about that happened when Randy started talking. The lawyer shut it down right away, but we got enough of that those
Yeah, yeah.
details. But you get into that. I ain't going to get into that. That's this your show.
Okay, so Randy did call out Dennis. So they started talking about the Rule 22, and then Randy Kessler narcs on Dennis and says, I see that there's a Dennis Byron there. I don't know if he's gonna turn on his camera.
No,
And
it wasn't.
Dennis all of a sudden starts talking about, I don't have my hair and makeup, and basically did just say that. He said, I'm just here to observe. So when the judge checked me in, he didn't ask like who I was or what I was doing. He just basically asked me, was I a party? And I said, I'm here to observe, and I left it at that. I
Right.
left it short and simple. Because if you say too much, sometimes you say too much.
You say
And
exactly.
I just checked in and said I was observing, and that's it. This is an open court, and I have a right to be there as a citizen. The court is open, right? So, and they checked me in, and that was that on that. So, as far as the press was concerned, Randy knew Dennis's name and called him out, basically, which I don't think that that was really right. But I mean, he knew, I guess, maybe as an officer of the court, and they are discussing media, and he does know that you are a member of the media. He recognized your name. So maybe he felt obliged, due diligence wise, to just call it out.
Hmm.
Um, and that's what he did. It wasn't a big deal. He didn't park on Dennis. The judge basically just stated that, look, no photography, no video, no audio. And it could be a contempt of court if that happens. And
But
that was
he said that before I came in the picture. That happened before, so he wasn't saying that to me. He said that prior
in
to me.
general. No, he didn't say
Yeah.
that as a result of Dennis. He said that period. And then Dennis got called out. Then they wanted people to turn on their cameras. That was weird.
And I was on a phone
Um,
call, so I wasn't even in the Zoom. I was in the Zoom, but I wasn't on video. I was on a phone call, so I didn't
Now
actually.
there was another reporter who had her camera on, but I'm going to just guesstimate that there were four of us,
Hmm.
and two, including someone else, the blogger that was on the phone. That lady who had her camera on. I had my camera on, but it was pointed at the ceiling.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
they wanted to give me on camera. I said no. I said, what did I say? I said, well, I
you
don't
didn't
want to
have
be
your hair and
recorded either.
makeup.
I said, I don't want to be
Okay,
recorded either.
you said you don't want to be recorded either.
And start laughing. The judge says, what? He said, this is.
It's not comedy hour. He got me. I don't know. I wouldn't say he was mad at you, but he was like, yeah, it's not comedy
Yeah,
hour.
yeah.
Let's
You
stop the
want me on camera,
cookies.
but you don't want to grant this woman her Rule 22. No, I'm not getting on camera either.
Right.
I'm observing. I'm taking copious notes. We're not doing all that extra stuff.
Exactly. So, and then so they start basically going into so her lawyer basically states that she wants to get a do they want to do a hearing for um I guess child support
Hmm.
and um was it child support and expenses for the children? They didn't say alimony, but they said that there has been extensive mediation. That's one thing that we learned today, that there's been extensive mediation behind the scenes, but obviously it's not working. And that's why they're in court at this moment.
And why is that important? I'll tell you why it's important. Because this is a new case. And if they're having this level of mediation negotiations, they're trying to keep it out of the media.
Right.
They don't want this. Usually these cases drag on for a while. This case was filed what, less than 6 months ago?
It's been 3 months.
Right. And they've
Mhm.
had
Yeah.
extensive, so
Yeah.
that should tell you
In her
something there.
words, she said extensive.
Yeah.
So extensive would mean at least a few meetings. Let's say less
Right.
than a handful. Let's say
Right.
5 or less.
Right.
More than 1, probably less than 5.
Right.
I don't see a busy woman like Kandi needing to go 10 times, but maybe 3 to 5 times potentially.
Hmm.
They said extensive.
Especially they're in close vicinity to each other, and you can go into that as well.
Right. Also, they're paying by the hour. These are
Right.
expensive, high-rated attorneys with good bill rates and
Absolutely.
teams showing up, so they're paying a lot of money.
Right.
Um, okay, so they said that there had been extensive mediation. Mediation is not working. Adama stated that she filed a motion, so there may be a new document that we will see at some point today. She filed another motion, so we'll read that whenever it comes out. And she said it just wasn't showing on Odyssey yet, but there was something new. She says she wants a hearing for support, and let's see. Randy seemed to be just kind of like, sure, whatever, of course, absolutely. Yes, we're willing to, and then he wanted to bring up some of the matters that would happen in the hearing, but Adama totally shut. This is not the format to talk about
Oh,
that.
she
We're
shut
not
that down
talking about
quick.
that right now. Yeah, she didn't want to talk about anything because Randy mentioned that Todd has moved out of the main house. You guys, any housewives people, you guys already know. When Kandi purchased that house, she purchased 2 houses next door to each other and made it into like a compound, right? So there's the house next door with the pool in the basement. So apparently Todd has moved out of the main house and he's in what they call the carriage house, the house with the pool in the part of the house that had the quote unquote dungeon in it. Okay. According to his lawyer during the hearing, he has moved into the carriage house. And Candy's lawyer immediately was like, "We're not here to talk about that right now. We're not here to talk about that now." And Randy was like, "Well, I'm sorry." Like he kind of deferred to Adama. Like he wasn't trying to be, I don't think he was trying to be slick with it, but he very much immediately was like, "Okay, my apologies. I wasn't trying to bring it up." And she's like, "Well, we just talked about that a minute ago." Like Adama was not in a good mood. What did you think, Dennis? Like she came off as not in a good mood at all.
Well, she's being very protective of Candy, as she should. That's her job. Candy doesn't want this. I know firsthand she doesn't want this in the media. I know that she doesn't want it in the media, and her lawyer's job is to not get certain things because that little clip, that little piece right there, is going to make its rounds through the blogs. That piece right there, and she was being very, very cautious with what he said, and he said, she said, "Well, we just talked about this 10 minutes ago." Like, and we know Randy's in the press. Randy is in the press all the time. Whenever he has a high profile case, he's there. He represented Portia, so he represented Jeannie Mai as well.
Greg broke up. He's
Right.
he's been the divorce attorney of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, low key.
Hmm.
We've seen Randy a lot.
Yes.
You
I
guys know
remember.
Randy. If you don't know who Randy is, the light skinned older gentleman who all the housewives always go to when they're talking about a divorce.
That's right. That's right.
So, that was interesting. I just felt like Adama wasn't a good look for her. I wouldn't have wanted to be on video either in with her, not to say that her behavior was bad. I don't wanna drag her, but it just wasn't a good look. Like, it was very kind of negative. But I and out the gate, not even for any reason. It wasn't any negativity going on. It just made me immediately think like, "Well, damn, do you and Randy have a very bad relationship? Did things end very salty?" I've heard that there was some sort of professional association outside of just the legal community that maybe I don't know if she worked for him or worked with him once upon a time, but it just seemed like more to the story with those two because she was coming for his neck. What'd you think, Dennis?
I think that she was again. Um, she might have thought that he intentionally said some things so that it could get to the attention of the media. So that may have tensed the situation up a little. I don't think it was to a point where they had a past issue, but she knows she's going against a 300-pound gorilla, so she has to at least give the impression that she's going to bring that smoke as well.
Okay, like, yeah, Randy, try it because I know you. I see you and I know you. Maybe that's what she was giving on a Monday. Like, don't play with me. So, basically they came out, they were talking that there were two pending motions. The star of the show once again was the blogger streets. That was the star of the first 5 to 10 minutes, was sorting out who was in the house and why were people here. And also, um the judge did say that he is not going to seal the case. He said absolutely not. He said logistically we're not doing that. He said if I seal the case, documents are not visible. It's just highly inconvenient and there's no reason, legally for me to seal this case. That came up a little bit later, but Randy did try to offer an olive branch, and maybe that's Randy's tactic of being like super gentlemanly because he said, Adama, if there is something that offline that we need to kind of talk about, like, and the judge was like, look, you two talk about that offline. Like, if there's something confidential, I guess they would work out how to um handle those things with the judge versus it was something the judge wasn't going to have to rule upon, and they were basically going to discuss, I guess, how they would handle filing things that are more confidential in nature. But the judge basically out the box said he's not sealing the case. So that is news for the streets because when they filed that motion basically to like seal the case, that's not happening. They're not going to be able to seal the case. There's no legal reason for them to seal the case, but in terms of maybe some things that are confidential, like as on a case by case basis or filing by filing basis, maybe they would address those things. But as far as the entire case, no. Now, as far as cameras, recording devices, and things of that nature, that is no for right now. Me personally, I did not file a Rule 22. I just wanted to be at the table, and I just didn't see a reason to file a Rule 22. The person who filed a Rule 22, I mean, obviously, who
So,
didn't want to have that shot for today? But at the end of the day, you got to pick your battles with some of this stuff. What do you think, Dennis?
and as a member of the press, and I'm covering a high profile story, and this is just for anyone that is following honing in on a high profile story. Uh, you got to know when to submit your paperwork to make it make sense, because if you signal like this blogger did, signal that she wanted to even get the smallest pieces of what's happening in this case, i.e., the negotiations, then that puts everyone on high alert. You got to wait. Like, for
Right.
example, if I know that this thing is trial ready, is going to trial, that's when I'm coming. That's when I'm filing paperwork. That's when we're going to prepare to. If we have to argue, we're going to make sure we have the right, the right argument, and to present it to the judge. You got to know the judge as well.
Like I don't know this judge. You know, I'm not familiar with this judge, so I would probably look at some of his past cases and see how he ruled. But yeah, I wouldn't have filed it on a status. Definitely, I never filed on a status conference. I just was
Yeah.
going to be an observer. I didn't see the need to do that. So now,
Well,
you know, this I'm gonna take the other part, and I'm gonna let
mhm.
you speak.
No, go ahead.
when they when they when they know that press is interested in a case like this, they're more apt to try to resolve this because they may not even want the dirty laundry to be out there. So I'm taking this case going, depending upon what happens in the next day court date, you can announce that date, the next update. But depending upon the interest in this case, they'll likely not want to. They may settle out. They're gonna try to find a resolution. And usually, when media is at play, and they have their brands at stake, or not at stake, or just watching, um, they may lean more towards a settlement than taking this to a full trial because it doesn't work for either one of them. Todd may be portrayed in the media as this. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, as this well-kept man, and then Kandi may be portrayed in the media as someone's getting taken advantage of. You follow me?
Sorry, I was on mute. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Like a sugar mama. I think that's
right. So
part of what's they're saying sugar mama.
yeah, and that may not. I don't think Candy want to hold that badge, nor do I think Todd. Well, Todd may get the City Boys Up badge. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but we'll have to see. And I'm only interested in this case because it's a high profile case, and Candy's a high profile figure. Other than that, and Todd is. I'm not gonna play Todd like that. Todd's, he's got 2 movies out now. This may listen. He may want to use this for press too. Now he can flip this and not really object because I don't think Randy was like pushing hard for no press. He just agreed because it's a status conference. So it wasn't like he's going to make a big argument now. Let it get out to the position to a point where it's trial ready. And Randy's not going to be so opposed to press. He's not going to be so
No.
opposed to press. But right now, yeah, we can fight with the blogger. Yeah, she's not going to make an argument. Now, what if she came in and made an argument, and then now that would have been different? But she wasn't prepared for this, and I
Right.
was, only reason people knew I was a reporter is because Randy kind of put the spotlight on me.
Right. Well, it wasn't look, the judge didn't have any I mean, I guess the judge can ask people to identify themselves in his courtroom, but it was nobody's business what we do, like people calling in on the Zoom, unless he stated this was his private Zoom and this is a private hearing, which that was not stated. So the Zoom is basically an extension of the courtroom. So we were welcome to be there. If we were not welcome to be there, then that's what they needed to have said, and that was not the case. Um, as far as like, um, Todd potentially writing, I don't think Todd cares. The fact that she's already put out there, like, this is one of the points. So in the document from this weekend that I read, it was stated that Todd is not providing for the well-being of the children, nor does he pay the mortgage. This is a point I feel like I made it in the video, but I'm just going to restate it, is that it didn't say since we've broken up or since we filed for divorce, Mr. Tucker has stopped paying this or Mr. Tucker has stopped paying for that. It was stated Kandi pays the tuition, Kandi pays the nanny, Kandi pays the this, Kandi pays the that, Kandi pays the mortgage, Mr. Tucker's not paying for anything, and we want Mr. Tucker to consistently pay for something. So to me, it was basically like Todd doesn't pay for anything and hasn't paid for anything and is not paying for anything. And Todd is still living at the house. Therefore, he's still being taken care of. And because they are actually breaking up, now Kandi was definitely giving salty. If I know you were on the phone, Dennis, but Kandi was not happy. We've all seen Kandi unhappy in the reunions and on live and many different settings. We've seen Kandi annoyed. Kandi was giving every bit of annoyed, every bit of unhappy, every bit of uncomfortable. And Todd was just sitting there chilling with his normal self. If he felt that way, you couldn't see it on his face. But Kandi was not happy to be there.
I'm surprised. Well, Todd got to the like he got picked the attorney quick because I'm surprised that Randy's representing him, um, and not representing Kandi.
But
And not to say
Kessler
he
did his
didn't.
nuptial. Kessler has been his attorney since the beginning. Kessler
Mm.
did his prenup.
Oh, okay. So that puts
Yeah, he
context to it. Okay,
advised
I didn't know
him.
that.
Yeah, he advised him. So, Dennis, this is a couple that got married in the public. They met each other on the trip to Africa, filming The Real Housewives. He was a worker. He was a film guy. He was an executive producer, a producer on the set.
Yep. Yep.
And when they went to Africa, maybe Real Housewives season 5, if I remember correctly, she fell in love with Todd and the shenanigans began. They got involved. He quit his job and he got involved in other employment with Carlos King. And he started doing the R&B divas or whatever that was. I mean, this whole relationship has played out online. I find it a little disingenuous to want to take it offline at this point. We saw everything happen from the beginning. Now it's at the end. And I get it. People can ask for their privacy at any moment, but Kandi definitely uses the media. Kandi was on Amazon Live trying to sell stuff for her Amazon storefront. Like, it's okay to use us when you want to, but I mean, there's just some things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, ma'am, you
No,
put us in your business.
you're right. I mean, and they should. That's why I say you got to. The timing of filing Rule 22 is very important. Because she knows that if any other media outlet would have filed, if anyone like TMZ or a Land News First would have filed, oh, they would have got pushback. There would have been a problem. Judge wouldn't have denied it. Judge would say, listen, we air on the side of media. But because they didn't recognize who the person was who filed it, oh yeah, we're gonna play football with her around the courthouse.
Well, and she didn't even, no offense to the woman, to the lady who, this particular reporter, I'll say it like that. No offense to this particular reporter, but her response when the judge asked her about her Rule 22 was, I just
Right, that
wanted to
part
see
too.
if you would present it to both sides. I mean, really and truly, it's the
She could see
judge's
it too
courtroom.
fast.
The
She
judge
could.
could have granted it. Yes, either side can contest to the granting of the Rule 22, but at the end of the day, submitting a Rule 22 isn't for it to be submitted to both sides. Like, hey, I'm here. They're not for the business of knowing that the press is there. It's for the business of you to be able to record the proceedings. That was just not the right answer that she gave.
Yes, yeah,
Um,
exactly. She definitely basically conceded.
she gave a wrong answer. Like, it was like, are you trying to be announced to the parties? Like, do you want the parties to, like, based on what she said, it just didn't make any sense. Like,
None
what she
whatsoever.
said made no sense. So no offense to the lady. Um, I'm
But
just saying the
that's why
argument was light. It
we're
was
not gonna say a name.
right. No.
Just FYI for her. Like you have to be prepared. If you put in a Rule 22 in, you have to understand there's the likelihood that it gets denied. And what are you gonna do next? You got to get ahead of
Right.
that. What's your next move?
And there's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, I would like to be able to record the proceedings, but I understand if I cannot. If I cannot, I would like to be able to witness the event. I have an audience that is interested in this story, and I'd like to be able to relay factual information if you are concerned about
Right.
information
Misinformation.
being tainted or the misinformation." Exactly. I'd like to be able to report factual information to my audience. That's it. Presenting it to both, like, it just didn't make any sense.
And you know
So
what judges typically do, like experienced judges, they'll ask you, so what other stories have you done? They'll do their research so they'll know that you're not part of that putting fake information out there, and you're actually, work with, under the rules of a professional journalist. So judges do their own due diligence, like in the case of Judge Adams. When I was trying to get the my Rule 22 approved for the Ernest Williams case.
mhm,
She asked, she called me to her bench and asked me a series of questions, and
mhm.
then they did their own due diligence, and she came back out, because I don't know if you remember the story. I was like, when the judge When the judge had responded, I don't know who you are. I'm like, okay. And Pam told me like, Dennis, wait, just wait, wait a second. And then the judge basically gave me the opportunity to be heard. And at that point, yeah, it worked out. It worked out. It
Right.
wasn't, but you had to make sure that they know you're actually, this is your profession. This is what you do.
Right.
You're
So you're a credible
right,
source, and you're not
right,
coming to make a mockery of the courtroom, which there are people who do that um, intentionally. So
right.
not to say that anybody in the situation today
Oh,
was doing
yeah.
any of that, 'cause that was
Yeah,
not the
none
case.
of that happened, but we seen that. I could just say I've seen that in just a federal trial. Like I don't know if you've been following, but it was a certain federal trial involving a high profile person. Yeah, that became a real cluster. It was just bad. It was bad all the way bad, and it shouldn't have never been about the media and the attention they were getting on themselves rather than about the parties in the case.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, that was, I don't want to say that was it. So, I mean, it lasted roughly about 20 minutes, and they scheduled a follow-up, a 60-day follow-up. And
Well,
I
actually, there's
mean,
another date coming up sooner, isn't it?
did I blank out on that? Was that for the motion for the
Yeah,
what's the one sooner?
it's a February 9th date, so that's not 60 days.
Oh, okay. And which motion was that? I have to go
I
back
didn't
and
see the.
check my
I didn't see
notes.
the. I don't have the motion, but there was something that she was. The lawyer
Oh,
was being very coded, even talking about that. So, uh,
the motion. So they want the temporary hearing on parent time and child support. So that might be the one for February 9th.
mhm, mhm.
Um, Me personally, I just, like I said, I know that there's probably going to be more people who are going to want to come to these hearings, and that, I mean, Rule 22 is not needed for every single hearing. And I'm just going to say, if you want to be discussed at the entry door, that is a good way for it to happen. Everything, I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes you have to think, would you want a camera crew at your divorce? I mean, at a certain point, there might not be cameras allowed for this divorce, but I think the more that it gets pushed, the Rule 22s keep coming up, it's going to give less access. I don't know that he's the judge who's going to prevent access, because even when, like with Nesto and Shirley, at the end of the day, um, Hoover probably would have liked for us to have been kicked off the Zoom, and that didn't happen. This judge didn't do that. He just basically said no videoing, no stills, no audio, and just basically said if anything is out there, which we know that there's people who don't mind snitching, um, then that person will be held to account with a contempt. So basically just put an admonition out there to not do certain things, and you're welcome to stay. And that kind of was the end of that conversation. So
But
um
I hope what didn't happen was because of his denial for her. I hope that is not establishing the status quo for how they move forward with dealing with the media. Because they're going to say, "Yeah,
mm.
you previously ruled no media, and and no one argued it." So hopefully, this judge is
Do you
not going
think
to be
he
adjusted.
ruled no media, or he just denied her Rule 22 request?
Well, he denied her, and
Yeah.
he denied her. So what happens down the road if she puts another one in, and it's a more significant part of the case? You know. So I don't know. Hopefully this didn't ruin the opportunity for others to get in court. That's all. I don't
Well,
know if this.
I don't know if
We'll
that's
see.
going to limit our access. When you did like Tiana Taylor, did you take pictures and record, or you just were there taking notes?
No, I took notes on that one, and
You
the
see what I'm
reason
saying?
why.
Like, it's okay to not always have pictures. And I mean, I know that that's ideal, but that's just, sometimes we can't always have that. Me
So
personally, I'm
I
okay with
got
that.
pictures.
Even
I got the pictures outside that went.
right, but in the
Went out.
courtroom, you weren't
No,
able to record,
no,
film, or take
no.
stills.
Right. And I didn't put a Rule 22 in for that either. How about that?
Because I think it all of a sudden makes the press an issue where maybe I think that sometimes people don't mind people getting the factual information and observing, when they feel like, oh shit, I'm going to be showing my resting bitchy face today. People don't want to always be seen like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or that Todd, let me tell you guys one thing. The funny thing is that, when you check into Zoom and you've got your Zoom name, so Kandi had Kandi Burris. Todd, I guess, must have been on the home computer because it still said Kandi and Todd. It didn't say Todd Tucker. He didn't change the name. It said Kandi and Todd. I thought that was funny. Dennis was on the phone, so he couldn't see the video screen, but it said it still said. I don't think he recognized. I don't know if he saw it or not, or maybe he didn't know how to change it.
I didn't have the link, but I wish. Oh yeah, but I wish I had seen that. That you got the color of what was happening on the Zoom as it relates to
Yes.
visual. I didn't get the opportunity, so I'm a little pissed off now that you got one up on me on that one.
I didn't get one up on you. I just
Nah,
was
just
doing
messing with you.
me. I was doing me, and we just happened to show up at the same place at the same time. But no, I mean, but look, I mean,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
but we're colleagues, so we're helping each other. But yeah,
Absolutely.
that was interesting. That was interesting. So yeah, Todd moved into the carriage house, guys, and Adama did not want that to be known. Todd doesn't know how to change his girl. I don't know. Hi, Lenore. I don't know if he doesn't know how to change his name. What I'm saying is that his name was not changed. It still said Kandi and Todd. That's what I'm saying. So it's not that I'm saying he doesn't know how to change the Zoom. It was not changed. So it's possible he doesn't, or maybe he just did it. Maybe he just didn't do it. Like he didn't think anything. Men are different from us. Candice
Or maybe
said
he was trolling. Maybe he was trolling her.
maybe he was trolling. I don't think Todd's above trolling. I think Todd has a very kind of he has a particular type of humor, and he might have just, what I'm saying? Like I don't think he minds. If he doesn't mind his lawyer asking for alimony and child support, I don't think he cares about still being on the home computer because he's over there in the carriage house at the property where his wife pays the mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
I counted you saying carriage house 3 times already.
Yeah. Todd is over in should I say the guest house?
The carriage house sounds cool.
Todd
That's
has
what they said.
Todd has moved out of the main bedroom.
Oh God.
Okay, he's moved out of the main house. He's over there in the he's become Kato Kalin.
Oh God.
So Todd's moved out. There's a hearing coming up, and I'll share the dates. I have to go back through my notes. So there's a couple of dates that are scheduled. I'm sure they're going to show up on the docket. Adama said that they filed something last night. It's not showing on the docket yet. I do see something wanting to show up, but it's not appearing yet. Who did you say didn't want to know Todd was living in the? I don't know. I didn't say that. What his Candy's lawyer didn't want to go into that topic at that moment. Randy Kessler started basically dropping tea. Randy Kessler started talking about the living arrangements or financial arrangements and happened to mention that Todd has moved out of the main house, although he's still living. It's still part of the property. That he's no longer living in the main house, that he's moved into the carriage house, and Adama shut him down. So yeah, that was Adama is Candy's lawyer and Randy Kessler is Todd's lawyer. That was that. Todd is a film director and know how to do that stuff. Yeah, it still said Kandi and Todd. Whether he knows how to do it or not, it may have just
I'm
been
agree. He
that's
knows. He knows. He knows. He
yeah,
knows
no,
the optics and visuals and who may be. Yeah, I'm going to lean more towards he's because he does a lot of the digital stuff for him as well. So you don't think he would have known that? Just like when
I
we do a
wasn't
stream.
thinking about it. I just noticed that it still said Kandi and Todd. You know what I mean? Like I didn't give a whole lot of thought about it. I just thought it was funny. You know what I mean? Like let's say you and your wife shared a computer and it
Mhm.
said Apollonia Bryan. You know what I'm saying? Like Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you're on your wife's computer and her name is showing up. Do you know how to change it? Of course, but maybe you logged in late. Maybe you didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
abalone is a thing. You know what I'm saying?
people are going to need answers. I'm sure he's going to be very careful next time. That he
His
might just.
lawyer might say, "Hey, make sure to yeah, oh, you know what? I if I remember correctly, again, not to make another Nesto Shirley reference, but this is the same judge. When Shirley first, when they were doing the first hearings with the Shirley hearing, when she checked in, I think she had Steve Harvey Morning Show on her thing, like SHMS or something. Instead of Shirley Strawberry, it said SHMS, at least for the first one or two times until she changed it to Shirley Strawberry. So her lawyer must have said something to her about that.
Yeah, us old people, we make mistakes like that. We are not so so savvy in that area. So you got to make a little allowance for that, and they probably didn't know. Even someone doing Zoom that is not familiar with the technology, they would make that mistake easily.
Absolutely. Well, it's tricky how to change the name. Like it's not complicated by any means. So I don't want this to become a thing. But it does if you're used to just clicking into Zoom and doing a Zoom, you don't necessarily have to do all that. And if you're on the home computer where it didn't make a difference 6 months ago and now all of a sudden you're on a Zoom and it's like, "Oh yeah, the press notice that still said Candy and Todd," next time he'll probably change it. So
So
it was just a funny observance to me.
are we to believe that Ty hasn't been on a Zoom since they filed for divorce?
It may not have I don't know. I'm not it may not have been a thing. You know what I mean? It may not have been a thing. It may not have been a thing.
Now the conspiracy theorists are coming out and saying Todd set up. Todd's
Well, and
trolling
look
her.
at it this way too. I mean, they were together over Christmas. You know, they're taking Christmas pictures and holiday. You know, I mean, they were in the midst of each other. But again, in the filings, we found out the most recent filing on the 8th that there was discourse during the holidays because she said that Todd was trying to prevent her from traveling with kids. So even though we saw pictures on Instagram and posted of the family. See, this is the exception that I take with celebrities and reality stars
Uh
is
huh.
that they will use us to make coin, but when they say they want privacy, now all of a sudden you're trolling, you're this,
Yeah,
why you
kill
want to
that.
know
Yeah,
my
kill that.
business? Like when it makes you money, it's okay. But then when it's, you know, something that you'd rather not talk about, now it's a problem. So that's kind of annoying to me as you know, you can't have it both ways. Like we saw you guys get together, we saw you guys have a relationship, we saw you guys get together, we saw you guys have a wedding, we saw Todd sign the prenuptial, we saw you guys have an intimate conversation right before you went down the aisle. We saw your mother drag him over and over and over and over again. We've seen everything. We've seen everything. And now you don't want us to see anything. That's, you know, I mean, that ain't right.
They got to think about the fans too, or or it may be perceived that they using the fans or playing the fans. Come on, let's be honest. The public has the right to know.
Yeah, the public I mean, look, the public has a right to know since the public was forced to know if you watched Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I think based on what's been going on, V, I don't know. I don't know if that there's a way for them to get back together. I don't know that they want to be together. Candy, I was watching Amazon Live. Candy goes live on Amazon every week to sell stuff on Amazon. And she's got an Amazon storefront. And she goes live and she talks about personal stuff. And right before Christmas, she was live and somebody asked her what her Christmas wish was or what she wanted for Christmas. And she said she wanted a divorce. So I don't know that that's, you know what I'm saying? She might not be happy. You know, when you get into your 40s, you have less of a ability for being phony or compromising. And maybe she's done. Maybe this was nice while it lasted. I had two kids. I got to experience some things, and maybe she's just like, I'm done. She said that what she wanted was for Christmas was to be divorced. So, you know what I mean? Like,
She, she,
I don't
she's
know
on,
if
she's
Todd
on a
feels the
Nie-
same way, but
she's on a Niecy Nash. Hint, hint.
you think so? I mean, see, Portia's living her best life with a new friend.
Oh,
And Simon's over there in Abu Dhabi. He's over there in Abu Dhabi, Dubai. He's living his best United Emirates best life. He's having himself a good old time. Anyway, I think that's it. Dennis, did we forget anything? I'll give you guys an update of the dates to come if you guys are still wanting to get updates on this. I mean, this is just a good old fashioned celebrity divorce. If you're into Real Housewives, even better. But this is just a celebrity divorce that is visible, that we can keep up with. I've done like 3 videos on this already, maybe 3 or 4 videos on this already. So I'm going to throw this into my playlist. And when the other documents drop, I will let you guys know. But I think some of the questions are being answered. Was Todd being taken care of? I think so. Is Todd a producer? Absolutely, but clearly his bills his money wasn't paying for the bills, because according to the filing, it was what wasn't said versus what needed to be said. And what wasn't said was that he stopped paying certain bills. um, Kandi's lawyer put out there that Kandi has all of the financial heavyweight for the health and well-being and family residence. And there was never any statement about that Mr. Tucker stopped paying for anything, or Mr. Tucker hasn't been he stopped paying, or he hasn't been consistently paying. It was Mrs. Tucker is paying. Kandi Burris pays for everything. Kandi pays, and she listed everything out. And she line item by itself, on top of the line item of all of the health and well-being for the kids, said Kandi Burris pays the mortgage for the marital residence. So I think she wanted it to be known that Kandi was paying. And I think partially, Dennis, what do you think about that being a strategic move if Kandi has been paying the mortgage? Maybe Kandi never wanted him to pay the mortgage, because I think Mama Joyce, if I remember correctly, was very adamant about Kandi maintaining her home, and maybe she felt like she never wanted him to pay the mortgage. So I don't know why that's an issue. Maybe because, she didn't want someone in the future trying to take her property, because that was in heavy contention when Todd and Kandi first got married. What do you think about that, Dennis?
well, I can view that. I can view it as Todd was likely. They might have had an arrangement early on that because she was the more prominent figure early on in the marriage, that he would assume other roles like helping, doing more time with the children. Uh, so it could have been and I'm sure that's
House
going to come out.
husband.
Excuse me,
House husband.
house
Well, he
husband.
he
Whatever it
likes to
is.
say daddy daycare. He says daddy
Yeah,
daycare.
we can't play Todd now. Listen, he contributed. They got 2 kids. Like they have, come
Okay.
on.
Yes, kids are very important.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he can say, listen, I stopped I could have been a lot further along in my career had I not given my time to not just to the children, but I
To
pretty much
sire
stopped.
these kids.
Right. So, and I seen that play made in court a lot. So
Absolutely. It
so
does. It
ain't
happens.
nothing.
You thought she paid cash for the house? Interesting. Well, they on the watch my video from yesterday. It clearly states that there is a mortgage. So maybe that changed. Maybe she paid people pay cash for houses and will take out a loan against the house and then have a mortgage. So maybe she paid cash and then she flipped and got a mortgage on it to liquidate some more cash. Who knows? People do that all the time. Dennis, we can't hear you. I think Dennis's mic went out. Um, Kandi would complain anytime Todd spoke about getting a job or working on a different project. She could be gone for weeks at a time, but he was not allowed to take on projects outside to her. Oh, so V Lenore, you know what I'm saying? All of us real housewives, girlies, we know what's been going on for the past 10 years. You know what I'm saying? 10, let's not even 10 years. Let's just say 13, 14. It's been a minute, okay? As much as we'd like to not think that it's been as long as it has, we've saw this whole thing play out. So, you hate the term daddy daycare. I don't hate it, but daddies don't daycare. Daddies raise and take care of their children. I just think daddy daycare was a cute um, way to feel good about, or just make it cute that he's a house husband. You know, I think it was what it was. Um, okay. Miss Andrews says line producer hands out snacks between cuts. Okay. Candy probably complained between projects involves her money. There are women who want their men at home. Okay. Everybody shouts out to V Lenore. Thanks for dropping in, and everyone say hi to our good sis V Lenore. V Lenore, you're getting lots of hellos and how you doings and all of the things. Um, let's just say hi to our good sister V Lenore. Um, seems to be having mic problems. Um, and we've all seen this. Kandi seemed to support him when he wanted to do other businesses. Well, they did the restaurant, they did the old lady gang. You know what I'm saying? There are businesses. Being an entrepreneur doesn't necessarily, especially at a certain level, doesn't necessarily require you to roll up your sleeves and take out paint buckets. This if sir, if Mr. Todd is being funded, I think we lost Dennis altogether, y'all. Um Todd seemed to have a funding source, let's put it that way. And when you have capital and you don't have to put in sweat equity to a certain point, and your money is doing the talking, and you can hire teams to do this, and you can basically come through, project manage, inspect what you expect, and all of those type of things. We're talking about a very different project. We're talking about an entrepreneur who has funding capital and I can come through as like a senior project manager to see what's going on and kind of inspect the progress of my second or third restaurant in the progress. Like, we're just talking about different endeavors here. And, Todd definitely was overseeing projects and opening up businesses. But we don't really know what his time was doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't really know. But what we do know is, based on, if you guys, let me see if I have it open. I don't know if I have the documents open. Let me see. Um, can I pull this back up? Okay, I'm gonna have to reopen. Hold on. Um, the document from yesterday. I can. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. Was that it? Mm, y'all, I was not prepared to pull this up right now. Hold on a second. I'll have to log in and get it. If you guys want me to read to you the filing from yesterday, just give me a second. See, y'all did not watch the video yesterday. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Just a moment. I thought it was juicy. All right, so what's today? Today is the 12th. They scheduled the 60-day on 2/19. That's already hit the docket. Just a minute. It's loading. I'm just going to download it again because I don't know where I saved it. It's in here somewhere. If you want to see the full breakdown, I did a whole video on it yesterday, but let's get into is it this? Okay, it's this one. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Let me share my screen. Okay. So this was filed on the 8th. I think I said that. Okay. This was filed on the 8th at 7:45 p.m. So basically going into Friday morning. The petitioner, so comes now petitioner Kaylani. So this is Adama, the Kandi's lawyer, who filed a motion for a temporary hearing on parenting time and child support. Now, based on the docket so far, they have not posted that additional day. Right now on the docket, it's just showing 2/19 at 9:30 a.m. And that's what's showing. And like I said, Adama said she posted something else, and whenever it posts, I'll let you guys know. But comes now Kaylanice Tucker. I'm not looking at the screen, so you guys talk to each other until this take like 5 minutes to read. Comes now petitioner Kaylanice Tucker in the above styled action through the undersigned counsel and hereby files a motion for temporary hearing on parenting time and child support. So it's going to get into some details. Petitioner filed a petition for divorce November 21st, 2025 in Fulton County Superior Court. The parties are the biological parents of two minor children, A. Tucker and B. Tucker. A. Tucker, male, born January 2016. B. Tucker, born November 2019. The minor children have significant monthly expenses that include, but are not limited to, nanny, child care expenses, tuition related expenses, extracurricular activity expenses, birthday parties, medical expenses, travel expenses, maintenance, daily expenses. The respondent has failed to contribute financially to the maintenance and support of the children's needs, leaving the sole responsibility upon petitioner slash mother. Respondent has failed to provide, hold on a second. Dennis is saying that you're not connected. Pop out and then pop back in.
I'm
here
connected.
we go. Okay, here you go. It took a minute. It took a minute.
Yeah, I had to change the devices. My phone died.
Oh, okay. I'm reading the last filing. Is that you cool with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The respondent has failed to provide. Let me go back to number 3. Okay. Number 3, minor children have significant monthly expenses that include, but are not limited to, nanny, child care expenses, tuition related, extracurricular activities, birthday parties, medical expenses, travel expenses, maintenance slash daily expenses. The respondent, who is Todd, failed to contribute financially to maintenance and support of the children's needs, leaving the sole responsibility upon petitioner slash mother. The respondent has failed to provide financial support to the minor children, yet has traveled out of the country on multiple occasions for vacations without proper notification to the petitioner slash mother since the petitioner filed her petition for divorce. Would you like to park on that for a second or let me read the whole thing?
No, hold it right there, because
Okay. Let's
I was
park.
in, I had lost you for about 5 minutes, but that answered the question that you had. You remember about whether or not um, there may have been uh, no contribution because it wasn't mentioned. But this motion clearly says that now they have these are some of the issues
Yeah,
that
he's
are
not
there.
paying. He's
Right.
not
So
paying. But
so
my question was more, I feel he has never, because I feel like she would have said since the filing, the respondent has discontinued payments or has slowed down payments or is not contributing as much. It just sounds like he's never, to me, it just sounds like he's never contributed.
that's what you're gleaming from that. Let's read on.
That's just what I glean. Yes. Yes. Yeah, because okay, wait till you hear this. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4. So just so you, number 1 was that they filed for divorce in November. Number 2 is
Mhm,
that they've established they've got 2 kids. Okay,
mhm.
here's number 4. And they mention a statute, OCGA 1993. It is in the best interest of the 2 minor children for the respondent to contribute financially to the well-being and maintenance and support of the minor children on a consistent basis. So they're citing law, they're citing
Okay.
Georgia law, that in the best interest of the children, the respondent should contribute. And I'm going to just say something, right?
Well,
Um,
hold it right there, right there. The key word here is consistent.
yes,
So we can't say he didn't do anything because she said consistent. So clearly he was doing something at
something is
some point in time.
lacking. There's
Right.
some lacking.
Some shellacking going on.
Look, I am not, and you know what I mean? I'm not anti daddy or anti, I'm not. I'm just, it is what it is.
Let me
There
get Todd on the
could
phone.
have
Let
been,
let me call Todd right now and get some
go ahead.
context to this filing. Hold on. Go ahead. Keep on
Because
reading.
there's going to be guys out here who are going to think like, well, you know, she may not have wanted him to work. And I agree with that. She may not have wanted him. There were times where Todd turned down projects because he was having to support Team Kandi. That might be another argument.
Which I
He
brought up
was
earlier.
yes, kind of the wealthy husband type of thing where women are like, I gave up my career to hold dinner parties and hostess and have 5 children and all of those things. So yes, that might be his defense. That might be his argument.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5 is the respondent is a self-employed entrepreneur who possesses the earnings and earning capacity to financially support 2 minor children and make financial contributions to the children's expenses. The respondent possesses multiple sources of income currently and throughout the duration of the marriage. So they're basically establishing he has some coin. He should have money at least to take care of these 2 kids. What do you think of that?
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Um. Uh. Yeah, we're gonna have the DERFA, which is the financial forms. That's gonna
Uh-huh.
shed a lot of light on what has been
What the
done
what the
with
coins are doing.
the coins and everything, because now they're going to be obviously production of receipts maybe and bank statements, and so this we just getting an overview now. But when did the slacking start, and what was the reason for the slacking allegedly, if that has happened?
Dennis,
So
I'm willing to put a couple of little coins on the fact Todd was not transferring any money to pay Nan bill. That's just my I think Kandi to me and just this is on the strength of Kandi and Mama Joyce 10 years ago. I think Kandi paid every mortgage payment because she didn't want Todd coming through claiming that house. She purchased it before they got married, and she probably paid every mortgage payment, and you better not never try to take my house. Now, should he have gave her money and she allocates it how she sees fit? Absolutely. There's a difference between I wrote a check every month for the mortgage or I broke you off money monthly to you disperse it how you see fit. I don't know that any of that happened, but I think Kandi, based on those conversations, those serious conversations her mother was having her prior to her getting married,
mhm.
she would not and probably did not allow him to pay anything. And he probably just was like, I'm cool.
Mm.
However, he looked at it. I think Kandi was still flexing her independence financially. And he may have just looked at it as I'm cool. Like Kandi handles everything. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Like he probably didn't have a problem. That's why he was buying her a Bentley. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know.
The
That's just
Bentley may come in play.
Bentley may come
And
in play.
then do we know how hold on, there's a lot of areas here, things that we got to look at. The businesses took a hit. Who idea was it to start this business? Who fought against it? How did that impact the strain on the finance? You follow where I'm going with this?
Well, to Todd's advantage, I'm going to say if Kandi's always running business and seeing profit, there are advantages to running businesses that don't see profit. Hello?
Right.
Hello?
That too.
Because maybe it's a hobby. It's more of like, I was keeping busy. I was doing something because, I'm always there at the house with the kids. Kandi's out and about. She's filming TV shows. She's on Broadway. She's this and that. Yeah, my business has lost money. Okay. Some highly successful people don't mind losing a little bit of money every now and again because it helps the books.
Right, exactly. We're talking taxes.
Right.
I
It helps the books to lose a little bit of coin. Because you're really not losing. You're really kind of breaking even at the end of the day. You're probably not really losing as much as we would think that they're losing. Okay, number 6, which is in and of itself, the respondent does not pay the mortgage or expenses at the marital residence. Can we talk about that?
There you go. That's going back to what you said.
He does not pay. She should have said does/did. Does/did not pay. You know what I'm saying? But it just says respondent does not pay. It sounds like never to me. Let's see what the chat is saying. Okay.
I'm not saying that. Maybe it's a typo there. I don't know.
Does not pay. Okay. And you know what? Like, this is a modern relationship. Kandi has a lot of money. Todd is a professional in his own right, but Todd just turned 50. Todd spent a significant portion of his 40s in this relationship. He was very much desiring of having children. I don't know if he missed a lot of his eldest daughter's, child rearing, but he seemed to be quite engaged in being a dad. Mm-hmm. And I remember Kandi even saying, if we have this baby, you're going to raise him. I feel like I remember that when she was pregnant with Ace. I feel like did she say that? Yeah. Any of my Real Housewife girlies, didn't Kandi say something like that? It maybe definitely with Blaze. By the time they were getting pregnant with Blaze, which I think they had a surrogate for that.
That might be Exhibit A.
Todd, if you're in, Todd might need to find that. I feel like I recall an episode where when she was having the baby, like he wanted to have kids. And she was very vocal about, if we have this baby, you're going to be rich, because she's busy. She's doing bedroom candy. She's got lots going on.
I mean, you're actually outlining the respondent's case for him, because this is that's a major consideration, and judges look at that as well. Just because you got the bag don't mean you get the kids.
Okay.
And if let's be honest, Kandi hasn't stopped her career in the music business.
It's still flourished. Touring. It's flourished since they've been together. Not just because since they've been together, but people can also argue that, All My Loving help this grow. It might be the black husband effect. You know what I'm saying? Like she, mm-hmm. her career has since flourished even more. There's no doubt that since like season 4, Kandi has, blown up even more. Kandi obviously was a notable songwriter, all of the things, Escape, all of that before Real Housewives. But since, there are people who know Kandi Burruss's name who did not know anything about Escape. Kandi's on Amazon selling two-piece outfits and shoes and everything. Kandi's a house. No, this is my point. Kandi is a household name today.
Right.
Kandi is a household name today. 12 years ago, somebody in the middle of Iowa wasn't buying Kandi's 2-piece sets on Amazon. Kandi is a household name today.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Kandi is
She
household name. Period. And people know Kandi that don't know Kandi's music. When you're a household name, it transcends maybe what you're most famous for.
right. She crossed over to a different audience. You know,
She's just famous. She's just a celebrity now. She's like people know who Kandi is above and beyond her music career. That's my point.
now I'm gonna tell you what's
She's a
going to
real
happen.
celebrity. She
People are going
certainly
to see
is.
this interview. I mean, this discussion, this panel, and people from the group Escape is going to say, "Hey, wait a minute. Tiny has contributed a lot to the group as well. With her,
Absolutely.
being
But
on the
we're talking
show."
about I would say to them, but we're talking about Kandi right now. We're not talking about T.I. and Tiny.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just thinking. I know the some of the players, and I know all of them for the most part.
Right.
And
Mhm.
I just think that, to be fair, the show has helped Candy elevate her status.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Tiny's status has Kandi. So the difference between Kandi and Tiny is Tiny has branded herself as a wife and mother on The Hustle, on
Hmm.
on their reality show. Her and Tip have branded themselves as a couple, as a family with, interesting kids, and her with Escape. So yeah, I absolutely agree. But Tiny's brand is very different from Candy's. Tiny is a wife and mother, so is Kandi, but Tiny, that's part of her brand, is wife and mother. Kandi is songwriter, song aficionado, reality star. She's a wife and mother too, but I don't know that that comes. I mean, Tiny, to me, it comes kind of first that she is Tip Harris's wife, which maybe she likes that or not, but she's obviously a celebrity. I mean, I think their branding is just different. They are equally well accomplished celebrities. But to someone saying, well, why aren't you mentioning Tiny? Because we're not talking about Tiny right now. We're talking about Candy and Todd's divorce. You know what I mean?
Shut them down! Shut them
I
down!
think Tiny probably likes having a break. I'm sure she doesn't, I'm sure she'd be happy to know people are not discussing her and Tip's marriage at this moment. You know what I mean?
Because they've gotten
They've been through it.
a lot of press, and
Absolutely.
I got the cover story of when Tip got the gun case, and Tiny was kind of in the background, and that kind of put it in the forefront while he was dealing with that situation, and just to manage it. They have a very big family too. They have a very big family, and with and the OMG. So they're
They
both
have a whole different thing going on.
right.
Yeah. They
Yeah, I think that they both have contributed to, and I'm talking on the music side, to the growth of Escape worldwide.
absolutely. I think Candy and Tiny
See, there you go, Pat.
individually and
There she
their
go, Doctor
Dr. Pat.
Pat.
Hey,
Come on,
hey,
Doctor Pat.
Dr.
What are you doing,
Pat.
Doctor? Don't be throwing tomatoes at my boy now. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. But I
You
love
know,
Candy too.
Tiny and Candy have both definitely contributed. But Tiny was doing when Tiny and Toya they had their reality show
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
prior to Candy getting on Escape, not Candy getting on Escape, but Candy getting on Real Housewives. Tiny and Toya had something, I forget what it was on. I don't remember what it was on, but I just remembered that it existed. It was maybe like the season before Candy started. But yeah, I think they both contributed to really elevating Escape, um, and making it where they have sold out tours and all of the things. I mean, they're doing a lot. So I don't even want to get into the music conversation about it at this moment, because someone's going to feel like if you don't mention one more thing, it's not elevating enough. There's no question that these two women are highly accomplished. Um, but it's the marriage that we're talking about right now. Dennis, what do you think about a man or a husband or whatever? What do you think about this situation? Number 6, respondent does not pay the mortgage or expenses at the marital residence. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, why is she just mentioning this now? And they've been together for 10 plus years.
But
But
maybe it's known. Maybe they knew. We didn't know.
right. So what was the understanding? Like again, we go back to she's touring, she has the access to more revenue touring. Uh, you know, she is the brand. So was that even a under, some people say, well, no, he still should have assumed that. Well, if she's making 10 million, he's making 10,000. Uh, come on,
Yeah, he has to have some money he has to have money in his pocket so that when they go out and want to book a vacation, or he needs to have money in his pocket. Maybe she just felt like, I got everything, you just keep money in your pocket.
And I don't like the way. Well, I want you to continue reading, but just inside things I know about the two of them and how they move. He's contributed. Well, I tell you, like her shows when they tour, all he's there. He's watching the kids. He's on. He's in the green room and he's doing what he does as a father. And I mean that's work.
There's
That's still work.
value. Absolutely. There's value in that. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm
So
not I'm not discounting his role as a husband, a support, and a father. There's no discount to that at all. She made a point, her lawyer made a point of
right, I
making
saw
that
that.
distinction,
Yeah, I don't
period.
know.
Like,
Yeah, that right there. I know they ran, but this didn't go to trial. Oh my God.
but this is my thing. If you don't want him getting alimony and child support, do you think that these are good call outs? I feel like
They're not. They're not.
these are not good call outs, because yes, you could be trying to make him look like a lame or make him look deadbeat or whatever. But my question would be like, has he ever? And if he never, why are you looking for it now?
Right.
Is it because
That's
you two are not together and now you don't want to pay to keep him up? But at the end
right.
of the
And
day, this is what you
Judge can see through this.
established.
Right. This is a status quo. So why now? And was there ever any? Is there any text message or in communication where this has been something that you've been demanding for 10 plus years? He's worked in the restaurant. He's worked in both the old lady gangs. He's worked on with her. He's been there for her side by side. He's been there side by side. So her bringing that up as a call out, I don't know if that's a good one.
Can
I
I
don't
just
know.
say this too? As far as in a marriage, right? Marital assets, if you two are working together, some people say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, be
Go ahead.
quiet.
Go
Okay.
there. Go
If
there.
if you're working together, whether she cuts the check or he cuts the check, technically
It's
it's you
50-50.
guys paying that bill. So
Right.
she might say, you know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be interesting to me which way this goes. I'm just curious did she ever put him on the deed? Because we know that she bought this house before they got married, and it was talked about. It'd be interesting to go back to those episodes when they first got together, because I remember her and Mama Joyce talking about that house and him trying to come for her assets one day. I mean, Mama Joyce, it was every episode. I mean, Kandi was tired of talking to Mama Joyce, and they filmed all of it and showed it all. I think that she was trying to really preserve her ownership of the house, which
Mm-hmm.
is why this is a sticking point at this moment.
And she
But
should. She has the right. That she bought that before this. Listen. That's her. That's her thing. Don't touch that. That's hers.
right, this is my marital asset, and I want to be able to keep this no matter what, if we make it to the end or if we don't, this is my house kind of thing.
And she bought that house soon into the relationship.
I think she bought it before they were legally married.
I remember that. Yep, I remember that. So
They
yeah,
were not legally married
he doesn't
yet.
have any
They were
claims to that. He really
No,
doesn't.
that's her
Right.
asset, especially if
Right.
they made that they stipulated that on paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the prenup, that
Mm-hmm.
she might that shouldn't be an issue. But I think the issue is just the fact of ponying up that monthly cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 7, the respondent does not exercise parenting time with the minor children on a significant basis, despite the
Mm.
facade. Why'd she
Oh
say
my goodness.
facade
Oh
of
my goodness.
his 2 to 3 minute social media? They look who bought up social media.
Oh my
Despite the
goodness.
facade of his 2 to 3 minute social media videos chronicling his daddy daycare on social
Oh,
media
this is getting
platforms.
Fran. This is, excuse
It's
me,
like
bougie.
sookie sookie now.
This is getting messy now. This is getting messy.
Sookie
That
sookie
right there,
now.
that's
Mhm.
a dagger right there.
Mm,
So you just trying to discredit this man from being a dad and everything. That's not good.
mm.
So that's not good. That's not good at all. And how he's I want to see what the response is, but that's not good. That's a very bad depiction of him as a father. And I just said that he's around with the kids when they are touring and working. So now what is he doing? So what is he actually doing? Is he playing video games? What is he doing?
It's a facade. According to this
Oh,
document,
it
according to Kandi's attorney, according to the petitioner, okay, I wanted to use the right terminology. According to the petitioner, it's a facade.
mm.
It's a facade chronicling. So they feel like he's stacking receipts.
This is why they listen. I'm gonna tell you something. This is why they not. This is why they've been having these extensive discussions because they're not gonna get anywhere if they go down this route. And I'm not saying lawyers are doing this intentionally, but this is they're throwing the mud. The mud is coming out now. They
They're
getting in.
poo-pooing his social media, like whether he means it or not. Like he could say, well, you're pretending to be this or that when you go on your social media. You're pretending to be something, or you were pretending to be a wife when you were coming on my glam room squad conversations. Like that was a facade. Like
Mm-hmm.
he could throw some mud. Like he could, like if they want to slang one way. I don't see Randy Kessler doing that, but
Yes, he
it's
will. Oh, I'm gonna
he
tell you, I know
will.
Randy.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
good.
It's about to
Okay,
get.
I can't
This is
wait
what
to
I'm saying. It's
see the
about to
next
get very,
filing.
very colorful. It's about to get
Girl,
very colorful.
yes. And thank goodness. So any of you guys who missed it, the judge said he is not sealing the case. So it will not be sealed.
Well,
He's
and you know you can't. It's hard to. They want a case sealed in the beginning stages of a divorce proceeding when the public still has the right to cover this case. And the judge doesn't want to run afoul of what the standard has been with all these other judges. I've never, in all the divorce cases I've covered, had a judge tell me that I could not record unless there was an issue with a child. And if it was an issue with a child, I would turn the camera off. And sometimes they would ask people to leave the courtroom if there was a situation that it was, like some kind of accusation. But
right.
in this is gonna, yeah, she said, I don't see this happening now. I don't see this judge is gonna stand on that Rule 22 not allow media in, because now this is a hot, and every judge that is presided over Judge Whitaker, Judge Tiana Taylor's judge, they all keep the courtroom open because we know in these type of cases things are going to come out. So
Absolutely.
why does she get special treatment now? Or I
She's
should
not right now, not
not right
yet.
now, not right now, not right now.
So next, number 8, since the petitioner filed the petition for divorce, the respondent has intentionally and willfully attempted to interfere with the petitioner's parenting time with the minor children. Specifically, during the recent Christmas holiday break, the respondent attempted to prohibit the children from traveling to New York to visit the petitioner, even though she had previously incurred costs of travel for the children and provided the respondent with significant notice of her intent to exercise parenting time during the children's designated holiday break. I think that's the whole
That
point.
let's unpack that
Yes,
right there. Let's unpack that.
intentionally and willfully interfered.
Okay, so I'm playing devil's advocate. Was she doing like a tour with the group?
She's in a play right now
Okay,
called
so
Juliet.
he could come back and say, listen, you're in a play, and I've had some special things arranged, and there's no custody order in place right now.
None.
So why is she saying interfering in the parenting time when they've been loose and free all this time? So unless there's an actual order in place for who gets what time, I mean, this is just putting stuff on paper at this point, because there's no order of visitation or custody, because he's next door to you. And I don't know if that I don't know. I'm not, I don't, listen, I'm not going to trash the attorney, but he's not violating any orders. So you present this like he's violating the judge's order or something.
Right.
Because, so that's not the case here. So why is she putting
It's
it in
it's making
willfully?
it seem like like he's not allowing her to see the kids, but it was that he didn't want the kids to travel to New York. Now, has it been in the past where he would travel or Mama Joyce? We don't know what the conditions were. Was it
Right. We don't
traveling
know
with a
that.
nanny? Maybe you don't want your kids traveling to, they're not toddlers, but they're like, let's say 5 to 8 years old. Who, if he's not traveling with them, and they're not traveling with a known relative. Like, we don't know what the circumstances
We
were
don't know
around
that.
them traveling. Was she putting them on a private jet with a nanny? Was she having them travel by themselves, commercial and first class or something? Like, not by themselves, but with a company person. But you know what I mean? Like, we don't know what the circumstances were. These are just sound bites
Well, hold
of
on. She's
alleged issues.
I think there's a contradiction here
Go
also.
ahead.
Previously, he wasn't spending time with the kids, but now he's spending time with the kids, and you complaining.
Right.
Wait a
Okay.
what are we talking
Which
about
one
here?
is it? Is he with the kids or not with the
It's not with the
kids?
kids. This
Okay.
doesn't sound like just social media. This sounds like he's fighting you to spend time with the kids.
Mm. So, okay, so specifically during the recent Christmas holiday break, the respondent attempted to prohibit the children from traveling to New York to visit the petitioner, even though she had previously incurred costs um, of travel for the children and provided the respondent with significant notice of her intent to exercise parenting time during the children's designated. Look, I mean, Candy's busy. We all know this. Candy's busy. Candy is booked and busy. And, this is going to be she's going to be held to account for this. And not that it's a bad thing to be booked and busy, but when you are fighting for, I guess, custody or legal, physical, you know, all of those things, custody, um, the person who potentially has more available time or flexible time, Candy has to be on stage at a certain
That's
period of
right.
time.
That's right.
Candy has a job right now, and she
Right.
has to be somewhere at $1 million production that she seems to like to do very much.
Right.
Um, and I don't know. She's,
Well,
like
she's
most
setting the
of us,
stage. They setting the stage for a fight. That's
and
clear
she's going to
now.
be scrutinized and she's not going to like it. Like any of us, and women and men have to deal with this. But when you have a job, let's just say any of you guys in corporate America who all of a sudden your job, you have to travel and you get to spend a little less time with your kids, or once a week, or once a month, you've got to travel for 3 or 4 days. And if you ended up in a divorce situation, that would be discussed. And is it your career? Is it being a mother? Is it, sometimes people have to make choices, about their career and how they're going to do things. So this is coming up now because it didn't say due to Miss Tucker's work. It said she wanted the children to travel to New York. Now, the judge, who might not know anything about Kandi, might not realize she is working. But notice they didn't mention she's working in New
Right.
York.
It almost seems like she lives in New York, but that's not the case. She
Lives
lives
in New
here in
York, or
Georgia.
she just
Right.
wanted them to come to New York.
Right. But
Didn't say
they were
anything
being a little
about she was working.
disingenuous with the filing, because if she would have put he protested her having the kids while she was working in New York, and he wanted to keep them with him to spend time with him. That paints a different picture.
Because,
But
yeah, Broadway,
she's
you're doing
working.
6 or 7 shows. Broadway,
Right.
you
In
do
a
a show
busy
every
city.
night and then two
Right.
on Sundays, right? Like
Right.
they do a matinee and a nighttime. So
That's
she
right.
could be
That's
doing
right.
6, 7 shows a week. And maybe he felt like, well, they're just going to be in a hotel.
Right.
You're working. So why do they need to be with you at a hotel, even though it's the Plaza Hotel? Maybe it's a penthouse apartment. I can have them over Christmas and they can see you when you get your break.
It could be Trump Towers, and he's a
Right. But the kids, they're going to be in the apartment all day. You're going to be working, or they're going to be backstage at the theater. Like, I don't know what their reasoning was, but Candy is working because her play opened, I think, before Thanksgiving, and she's in a Broadway play. That's not her production. She is it's some sort of it's a take on Romeo and Juliet.
Do you know how long the production is every play? Because
I don't know
I was in New
how
York
long
and I went
her.
to one. It was three and a half hours.
Oh yeah, they go to work for they're working all day. They go for their early morning setup and then they take a break and then it's showtime at night.
Or at least two. Sometimes they have two a day. So I don't.
Hmm.
So yeah, the response is going to be very interesting.
And
It's
they
going to be
did
very
not. So yeah, they didn't mention New York for work.
right. They didn't mention that, and I'm sure Randy's going to seize on that omission.
Right. Why didn't she say, the petitioner is currently working in New York type of thing?
She's being
That would
artful
make
with
it,
her filing. She's been very
yeah.
artful with her filing.
Mm. Okay, number 9. Court intervention is essential. Okay, court intervention is essential to ensure the petitioner will be able to exercise consistent, peaceful parenting time with the minor children while the divorce proceedings are pending before this honorable court. Thoughts?
Let's see here.
Peaceful,
Let's see. I'm sorry.
consistent, and peaceful.
Well, now okay. So here's the problem here. Now you're saying that someone's not being civil and peaceful is a problem. You're talking about you making allegations against this male. I mean, this is getting a little. I don't know. So who's the one raising their voice? Now, who's the one creating the uneasiness in the situation? Just saying it's not peaceful don't mean that she's not creating the drama. We don't know that. So you paint a picture that it's not peaceful as a result of something that he's doing, but he may say, "Hey, I'm just trying,
I'm
just be the
cooling.
yeah,
Bobby, I'm cooling over here. What's
I'm
wrong? I'm
cool over here."
cooling.
What did she talk about peaceful?
Not
I
to
mean,
mention, Todd is from New York. You don't think Todd could go and be in New York to support her, even if they're not together, just so that she can spend time with her kids? I find that a little hard to believe that Todd wouldn't entertain going to New York, since that is his home. That's his home
yeah,
base.
right,
Maybe not now, but he's from that area. So it's not unfamiliar terrain. To have his kids have him while they're there visiting their mom to facilitate her being able to spend time with the kids while she's working.
absolutely,
I find
absolutely.
that kind of like, I wonder why that's not happening since they're still very little. It's not like where they're dealing with teenagers. They're dealing with like, little kids, preschool to, new school age type kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 10, petitioner requests that the court issue a temporary parenting plan that affords the parties with respective scheduled parenting time, which I'm like,
That's what I
Kandi,
was
do you
looking
really
for.
need
That's what I
that?
was looking for.
But
That's what I'm
it's like,
looking for.
Kandi, you have a very strict job right now. Do you really need that? Because when you're not seeing the kids, then that's going to be held against you. Like, well, she's not sticking with the parenting time or whatever. Okay, let me just read the whole thing. Petitioner requests the court issue a temporary parenting plan that affords the parties with respective scheduled parenting time with the minor children on a temporary basis. The petitioner requests the temporary parenting plan also includes a plan that addresses how the parties shall split time with minor children during upcoming holiday and academic breaks.
But previously, it was a picture painted that he was not allowing her, but there's no parenting schedule. That's why I was looking for that. That wasn't there. So you made an argument, but it wasn't really based on a court's order. Now you're asking for the things that you've claimed you're not getting. So I see what she's doing here. Um, and I would probably defer this motion to another attorney, but this attorney might be the one that replaces her. She keeps making these type of filings.
I think it first he's not spending time with the kids, then he's not letting her spend time with the kids, and then now you want a parenting plan so that you can spend more time with the kids. So are you not getting time with the kids? I hear what you're saying. Like,
Hmm.
he's not spending time with the kids, and then he's not letting you spend time with the kids.
So
But
who
then
has the kids?
who's got the kids? Hello? Who actually has the kids? Because he's doing 2 to 3 minute social media posts. Where's the kids? Okay.
Right, right.
Okay. The petitioner has already secured travel itineraries for the children for their upcoming spring break. Therefore, she requests that she be awarded parenting time with the minor children during their upcoming spring break during even calendar years on a temporary basis. Why did this need to be emotion? Like, why can't Todd, can
Right.
we just
Right.
secure spring break, please? Is that
And
okay?
why the kids with you? Why are they with them now? If you're asking for something that you normally would have because you are that involved in the children's, day-to-day operations, then you don't need to ask him for it because you already have it. It's not like he you had it and he took, he ran off with the kids. That's not the case. They have come to they're accustomed to being around him, seems like more than her. So she's asking for
Yes.
something that she never really had. Can
Or
we
maybe she's asking for something she really doesn't have to. Like, I book them.
that's that,
Maybe
yeah,
they're not talking. Maybe they're
right.
not talking because it sounds like they're not talking. Like, hey, I'm going to take the kids to Aruba for a week. Are we good? Do you want to come? You know what I mean? I'm going to take them out of town. Me and mom are going X, Y, and Z. You're welcome to come with us if you want to, or we're going to be out of town for 10 days. Is that
Hmm.
cool? It just sounds like they may not even be talking. Why does
It
she have
sounds
to
like that.
ask to secure spring break if there's no problems? Like, it clearly there is a problem. Either that they're
Clearly.
not talking or she doesn't really have the kids like that anyway, and she feels like she got to ask for her own kids. Where does
Hmm.
that happen?
That's what I'm talking about. So the fact that you have to ask for them, and he should just, I mean, it's not about legitimate telling the truth, but if she's willing to, provide opportunity for the kids to be around her, yeah, I get it. But these plays are there. You don't have much time with kids when you have a big production like this. I mean, just to prepare before you get on stage. So I don't, maybe that little time, maybe he should be there with her. I don't know.
Well, and what he would do as a husband, maybe he feels like I don't have to do anymore because we're not together like that. I used to support you that way because I was your man. I'm not your man anymore, even though, yes, these are still my kids.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not your man anymore. So find someone else to do it.
Mm.
You know
You
what I
think that's
mean?
what it
Like,
is? You think that's what it is?
I mean, there are benefits to, there's wife benefits and there's husband benefits. If you don't want me anymore, or we're not together anymore, or I don't want you anymore, you're less apt to do. There's things I do for my husband because that's my husband. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
There's things he's going to do for his wife because that's his wife. If you two are not living as a unit anymore, then there's things that you don't do anymore. Right?
Right.
You don't do for your girlfriend what you do for your wife, right? And
No.
I guess there's things you don't do for your ex, soon to be ex-wife, that you used to do when she was your wife, right?
Right.
Maybe that's how it's going. The prenup should be enforced.
Well, hold on. Here's
We're
the other
not, we're
part.
getting there. We're getting there. We're getting
Hold
there,
on.
custom
Hold on.
creations.
Hold on a second. So maybe his reasoning might be her lifestyle. If he brings that up, he said maybe she has a certain type of lifestyle that he maybe. We don't know what's about to come from Randy. We don't know.
Mm, mm.
We don't know. We don't know if something else is about to come. And he makes an argument that, hey, reason why I don't want her there, why I'm not there, is because I'm able to make sure certain things is not around the kids. We just hope he doesn't play that card, because that would be an
Mm.
interesting card.
I mean, on Todd Tucker TV, there was a time or two where he said Candy likes to have a good time.
Mm,
I'm gonna just keep it like that. That they, that he said some things on Todd Tucker TV. If you're not familiar with Todd Tucker TV on YouTube, get into it. He said
mm,
some things. Okay. I don't know if that is something that's not kid friendly. But grown people do grown things, and children go to bed at a certain time. So I don't know. But it'll be interesting if he does have some concerns that the
mm.
lawyer has to
Right.
spell out.
Because they basically trashed him
And
in
he
this
does
motion.
too. In all fairness, he's a grown man just like Candy's a grown woman. Absolutely. Yes.
Right. But the way they trashed him in this motion, will Randy and them get down the mud? Well, get down the mud with the lawyers now. I don't know. Because this is not looking good. It's not painting a good picture from Todd from this motion. So I know the file is going to be pretty interesting.
Well, this was Candy's motion. This was Candy's.
Well,
This
they
is
got to
Candy and
respond
her
to that
lawyer.
motion. They got to
Yes, they're going
respond
to
to
have
it.
to respond. Yes, it's going to be interesting. I cannot wait to hear what Randy has to say. Like, well, he never has paid. That's all I'm waiting is for Todd to just say, yeah, well, I haven't paid to pay any bills. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Candy had everything. I mean, I'm sorry. Before they got married, it was very much what's mine is mine before this marriage. And Mama Joyce was very adamant about her protecting her assets and all of those things. If he didn't pay the mortgage, that doesn't surprise me. Not because he's a bum or anything like that. I don't think Candy wanted him to have receipts paying for that home. Even though it became a marital home, it's still her asset. You can be living anywhere and it not be your asset. You know what I'm saying? So did she ever say, I need you to give me $7,000 a month to help pay these bills? Like, did they ever have a financial agreement that as a husband, you're going to
That's
contribute
what I
this
said.
much to the household? And then I will disperse it how it needs to be dispersed, not specific to a particular bill or car or anything. It's just you're contributing to the household versus, even though some people might say that that doesn't mean anything and that doesn't make a difference, it does. You know what I'm saying? Or he might say, I was never required to pay a thing. I suspect he was never required to pay a thing. I'm just going to go on a limb and say he didn't have to do a thing other than just be there, be a supportive husband. And yeah.
Sorry,
What do you think, Dennis?
I had to grab me a fruit.
My dogs are chiming in.
Yeah. I would say that they have to respond, and they have to respond. They have to respond very forcefully because this is the first round. Shots have been fired over the bow, and Randy's and Todd's going to have to come back swinging.
Right. Like we're gonna okay, so what they're gonna come back to is, okay, he's not paying for the kids' maintenance and well-being. It's gonna be like in response number 3. There was never any sort of financial agreement between the married guy. Like I'm waiting to see what they say in response to number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7.
Which one stands out the most for you? What do you think is the most important response out the motion for you?
I think number 7 is a little bit of a dig, personally. Like as far as him being a dad, that they're trying to make it seem like he's not a active dad. But if Candy's not getting to spend time with the kids, to your point, who's got the kids? If it's a facade of daddy daycare and Candy's in New York working and he won't let her see the kids and he's not peacefully allowing her time, who has the kids? Who's overseeing the nannies and the daycare? And because we see him dropping the kids off at school.
Who's
Candy,
paying the nannies?
Candy. The minor children have significant monthly expenses, and et cetera, and it has all been, the respondent has failed to contribute financially to the maintenance and support of the children's needs, leaving the sole responsibility to the petitioner/mother. The mother has been paying everything. The respondent has failed to provide financial support to the minor children. Ever or never? Like, is it just now? Yet has traveled out of the country. So she's salty that he's been out of the country traveling on multiple occasions on vacation without proper notification. So he's not telling her when he's leaving the country, but maybe he's notifying the nanny or your mother.
Is he taking the kids with him, or
No, it doesn't say that. It just says that he's failed to provide financial support, but he's traveled out of the country without giving proper. It's kind of a double rooted problem.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not paying for anything, but he's traveling. And then when he travels, he doesn't bother to give proper notification to the petitioner
Oh,
mother.
they dogging this man out in the paperwork.
Trying, yeah,
Okay,
they're trying to make it
I want to see
seem
what his
like he's a
response is.
bum.
Because
Basically, I think they're. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
was he traveling to build the brand internationally? What is the reason for his travel, and what was the understanding when he took off?
Now, I do follow Todd on social media, and I have seen him like he lost a friend recently, and he was like in Barbados, like, like rest in peace, man. He seemed like he was chilling. Now, was he taking meetings and building a business? I have no idea. Like I wasn't paying that close of attention, but he seemed to be a little bit of like, he seemed to be living his typical man of leisure lifestyle. Todd, and I don't mean that he doesn't do business, but Todd seems to be pretty chill. So whatever he's doing for business, he's just a chill guy. So whether he's at a beach, it doesn't really matter because we all know that business is mobile these days and you could be on a beach closing business. So I really can't begin to make assumptions on what he was doing, not doing. Kandi's the one whose lawyer is filing, basically make it seem like he's left to go on trips and making it seem like he's on vacation. So,
So
i.e., not making money or not on serious trips and squandering money that should be allotted for the children, and also not giving adequate notice to the mother that he's going to be out of town on vacation, according to them.
So here's what is at play now. This is where the judge will order a guardian ad litem to come
Mm,
into the case, and
mm.
now the guardian ad litem represents the kids and has no allegiance to either side but the kids. Now that's gonna sway what the judge's ruling will be with any temporary custody issue, because the guardian ad litem has to now see what's in the best interest of the children. So that's a major element. And guess what? Guess who has to pay for the guardian ad litem?
Whoever has the
Kandi.
deepest pockets.
That's
Okay.
right. This is about to get really interesting.
If I were Kandi, I would tell my lawyer, I don't care what you have to do, but I want this matter closed in the next 10 days and we're going to figure it out. But I'm willing to negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
Get me out this fucking court.
So
That's what I would. I don't
Prince
would
said
not want the
it
court.
hasn't reached. She said it hasn't reached the guardian ad litem level. It actually has. If they can't agree on something, you got to bring a guardian ad litem in. The judge is just not going to make a ruling without knowing what's at the best interest of the children.
So, this is what they're asking for. This is what they're relieved, or this is what the petitioner requests the court schedule a hearing to address the issues of temporary child support parenting time at the court's earliest available date of consideration. They want issue a rule nice and schedule a hearing to hear the petitioner's motion, issue an order directing the respondent to pay child support and share in the expenses for the minor children on a temporary basis, issue a temporary order awarding the petitioner and respondent with parenting time with the minor children on a regular basis and major holidays, issue a temporary order awarding the petitioner parenting time with the minor children during the upcoming spring break. I just think that that's weird. That means that they're not like negotiations have completely broken down.
Right.
Based on Kandi's face today, she looks so pissed. Kandi was not happy on the Zoom. She was not happy on the Zoom
based
at
on this
all.
filing, it does seem like someone is holding the line of, so to speak. They're holding the line. They're not budging, and they're trying to position themselves to get a favorable outcome. Um, let's just see how this plays out, because she's saying she's not getting all this, which is concerning for me, because What was she getting before this? What was
What, as
happening
far as
before this?
money?
No, as far as having the opportunity to spend time with the children.
He
So
probably was coming through with the come through. I mean, like she was getting on a plane and going to work, and he was either coming to, go check in with her if he needed to. If she's like, "Hey, bring the kids to me," or "I want to see you. Hey, baby, come see me. Bring the babies." He was probably flying in and out like a husband who has a more flexible schedule than the wife does.
he was doing his job. That's what
He
he
was
was
doing
doing.
his job as a
Right.
husband and a father. Hey, Nyla. Hey, boo boo. He was doing his job as a husband and
Nyla.
Nyla, do you
Via.
have any words? Nyla, would you like to come up? Oh,
Get on up here. Where's Nyla and Via at? Get on up here. Take over.
I don't know. You said take over. Nobody's holding you, sir.
Huh?
Nobody's holding
No,
you.
no,
You
no,
said
no.
take
No, I
over.
said I didn't mean like that.
Oh,
I mean take over like that. Just come
oh.
on up in here. I'll try to clean that up quick.
Blue Heart Gang, 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 gang. Happy Monday, everybody. Nyla, what do you have to say? I think, look, I've been watching Real Housewives for a long, 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 long time, like a lot of people. And I, if I don't like to see a mom separated from her kids, but also I'm gonna say this. Kandi is a mommy who's highly engaged and she works a lot. And at the end of the day, I hope they don't hold her job against her as like a negative as it relates to the
That's a
kids, because
choice.
she is a highly engaged, busy woman who is booked and busy and makes a lot of money and all of those things. Um, Todd is boots on the ground, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't think she's doing herself any favors by knocking him as boots on the ground
Mm-hmm.
when your job is taking you elsewhere. You can't knock your boots on the ground when you are all over the place working, because then it's going to be like, well, who's got the kids?
Right.
Who are the kids being supervised? Your paid help, or is the mom is Mama Joyce there? Is there some sort of governess who is totally responsible for the kids' health and well-being while the parents are city hopping or
I,
jet setting? All of those, like, we don't really know what's going
I'm
on.
not getting he's a bad dad because that would be
Absolute
one of they would have
That
led
wouldn't
with
be
that.
fair.
They
Yeah,
would
that
have led
wouldn't be
with that.
fair. Hi, Nyla.
Hi, real talk bougie gang gang gang.
Period, 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 period. How are
Yeah,
you?
hey, I'm good. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
So, Nyla, I caught Dennis in the bushes today. I was over at a Zoom hearing and I caught Dennis in the divorce hearing bushes in Fulton County. Kandi and Todd were
Busted.
meeting with the same judge that Nesto and Shirley did.
Oh
And
wow.
it kind of went the same way. It would be a little bit of deja vu, the way he said, "Do not film, do not record, do not take pictures, or it will be contempt of court."
Yeah.
It was like that.
But did she
Yeah.
did but you gotta tell her you tell her it wasn't really drama, but it was interesting. It
You
could
tell
it
her.
could have been. So Nyla,
I'm sure
so I've been
somebody recorded and is going to be silly enough to
well, if
post
it
it
does,
though.
they're going to they're going to jail. They're going to jail. They show a screenshot, anything. So
Let me
Bougie
tell you,
had that.
Candy's lawyer, baby, if anybody admits to that, they would be falling for the okie doke, because Candy's lawyer was she's not, I'm not, look, she
She
seemed
ain't no
like the
pom
type
pom.
that she will go ahead and file a motion with the judge that she
And
heard
there,
that
and there won't
somebody
be no
had
cameras in the
done.
court. They will
Yeah,
make sure
nobody. Yeah.
if someone drops anything visual or audio to this hearing, there will be no cameras in this case. So
Yeah.
Oh
hopefully
wow.
whoever's listening, if you were in that Zoom, please do not do that.
Yeah, don't do, you're gonna ruin it for everybody and we won't get any tea.
So I was the
Wow,
observer.
that's crazy.
I came in as an observer. I
Me
basically
too.
just when they were taking a roll call of sorts, I just said my name and observer. Unfortunately for me, the attorney that represents Todd knew who I was because he
Hmm.
honed in on me because I wasn't on video either because I called in. I wasn't on the video Zoom. and he's, you know, I guess he circles the room and hones in on me, and just, you know, he's not on camera, makes me wonder why I'm not on camera. You know, I didn't have my hair and makeup done. I said, and I didn't
Oh,
have hair and makeup done.
not you needed hair and makeup. That's funny.
Then the
No, I
judge said,
did notice that. I thought it was ironic that the day after, I don't know how far y'all got into the conversation because I literally had just popped in. But I thought it was ironic that after Sheik accused him of, you know, basically not taking care of, you know, daddy duties and stuff like that and helping her with the kids, then he goes live yesterday with the kids.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he went
Well,
live. I think he was at Candy's house.
well, it's his house. Well, they say the marital house.
Well, the marital house, rather. He was at the marital
Nala,
house.
don't do him like that. Don't do him like that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, listen, if
We
you
saw
choose
Kandi buy that house, right, Nyla? We saw her buy
exactly,
it.
we saw her by that house. He was not around for that. He did not increase her. No, like real talk. He did not increase her bag. She increased his bag. She increased his social capital. A lot of people don't factor in a lot of value in social capital, but it is a thing. We would not care about Todd, the cameraman or whatever, if
Well,
he was
hey,
not
leave the
married to
cameraman
Candy
alone.
first.
Leave the cameraman alone.
I mean, you
Dennis is
know,
sticking up for the cameramen
The
of
this
cameraman.
is
America.
Let's leave
not
out
the
the
Okay.
cameraman.
Cameraman Union Association bashing hour. I'm just saying, like
I
he
got a
like
whole I got a whole camera in my hand on my thumbnail. You talking about the cameraman? Don't do that.
I gotcha. But the thing is, Todd will never be able to he'll never be able to literally put a he'll never be able to quantify what, well, if he were my husband, because I would be quantifying that every moment, because I mean it's bad to say that, but things can happen, you know what I'm saying? So like think of the brand deals that he's gotten, the even his social media being able to be monetized, his Instagram, his Snapchat or whatever, that is because of his marriage to her. Now I'm not saying that he didn't put equity into the relationship as well, but we know who the breadwinner is, and if he wanted to put himself in a role of being um less than a provider, then he's just gonna have to deal with what that comes with.
I think he's okay with not being a provider, though.
Oh, for
I
sure.
think he's cool with being a helpmate, because I
Mhm.
think when they detailed in the document that he never paid his mortgage, it didn't really surprise me, because I felt like Kandi was very adamant about keeping her property. And I think
Mhm.
keeping her property was also not having him have a paper trail of mortgage payments.
Absolutely.
So if you want to keep your property and keep the integrity of your property, then it's like, no, you're not paying the mortgage. You can give me like a monthly sum to help
Yeah.
keep this ship afloat. But as far as you making a mortgage payment, I think like the way they said it almost was like they're dropping tea. But I don't know that that was tea, because Kandi was adamant that that is her house. And if that's your house, why would he be making, like, technically be making mortgage payments? And I think he's totally okay with being the supportive house husband.
I
Because
do
what
too.
man is not going to be when you keep saying stuff like, oh, yeah, I'm daddy daycare, I'm this and that. And, I think he was cool with that.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. He didn't have a problem with it.
So
But I don't know that he's going to win the case with, trying to get primary. Isn't he trying to get primary custody?
Uh,
has that been
he,
established?
I think he wanted in the initial filing. Oh, yeah, let me see. In the initial filing, it stated something about maybe joint physical, and let me see. I'd have to go back to that. Just a second. I don't have that one pulled up. So you guys talk. I think that they were basically, Kandi was looking for joint, like physical and custody. And
Mhm.
then when I think Todd basically wanted like primary custody to be able to make decisions in her absence. So I don't think it was joint physical. Um, it looked like it was more heavy handed on his side, where she would be more of like a every other weekend, holidays, vacations. Like he would be primary custodial parent. It was giving
Mhm.
primary custodial parent. I have to pull up that document to tell you. I don't
Yeah.
have that one in front of me. We reviewed that one in another video. But once he filed that, she came back with asking basically for the same thing. So it was like it was basically like 50-50 decision making, physical. And then he came with what he filed. And then she came back and amended her request and upped the ante on the custody portion. And then it's
Mhm.
been back and forth ever since.
Yeah, well, I mean, it
It's
is what it is.
unfortunate.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they lasted longer than what I thought they would. Um, so I'm just waiting for the real tea to spill because I got a few things in my inbox, but I'm asking them to give me proof of it. I think there's going to be some nastiness that is going to come out.
Hmm.
I really do. And all I'm going to say is, and I said this
I
a
was
week
gonna
ago.
say, like, "Can you tell us anything?" But I
Well,
was
I'm
like,
just saying. Well, let's just put it like this.
Just say it real quiet. Just say
We'll
it.
put it like this. We know that Kandi has toys. We know
Okay.
that she has straps. And we know who the dominant
Awesome.
was in that relationship. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
So certain things. So
I
okay.
mean, I'm just
I mean,
saying
that could go in so many different
everyone is
directions.
always talking about him cheating, but he may just be cheating in a way that we're not even thinking about.
Really?
Mhm. I mean, you got to think about it. If a man can handle a strap, I mean, he can handle a man, right?
Oh, you know what? I heard so I heard I'm gonna just say this. I heard something a couple of weeks ago, but I felt like that has got to be that's some foolishness. I didn't
I
know.
mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it
I
is
didn't.
Atlanta. It is it is Atlanta. It is him wanting to be a house husband. Um so I mean, I'm just
Wow.
saying,
Well,
allegedly, you know.
look, people have their different lifestyles, and I
Mhm.
guess if they I don't know. To me, I'm old school in marriage. I don't think it's good to open up the door. If the marriage is consisting of two people, then two people is what the marriage needs to consist of. And like
Right.
sexually opening up the door to other people, or just opening the door to having other people in your relationship outside of
Mhm.
friends and family, like to have influence, is a recipe for disaster. It's
It
just,
is. It definitely
and
is.
opening your bedroom door is also just bad news.
It's bad, and they've had that bedroom door open for quite some time, and, people were getting mad, because I think the general consensus at the beginning was that, I think her name is Fatima,
Yes, the lady that
yeah. Girl, I
the
went to be nosy yesterday,
Mhm.
because, Todd gave her the birthday shout out and posted some nice pictures of her
That.
as well as Kandi. And so everybody was like, Todd, what are you doing? And all this shit. They were like, what's going on or whatever. But I went to go be nosy to go to her page and she was following me, girl.
Oh,
I was like, ooh. So I was
isn't
like,
it funny how people follow the blogs?
yeah, that was
Girl,
crazy to me. That was crazy. But yeah, we'll see.
following.
So yeah, so he was they've got their thing, and it was just like maybe 6 months ago that they were all out together on a romantic getaway together. And because this was before they were completely like okay with everyone knowing that she was their person. Yes, her. So
Okay.
yeah, so they didn't have a problem with you, girl. If you go to the comments, they're dragging him.
I mean, just
They
the
are
Nene Leaks
dragging him.
meme in the comments is
Yes.
giving me life. Okay. Look at Mama
Yes.
Joy.
Look at Mama Joyce.
It's the gifts for me. I love it.
I
Look,
love the
look,
gifts. I love
can't,
the gifts, honey.
girl.
So many people are saying, Todd, delete it, take it down. take it down too soon.
Hold on.
But I
It's not
mean,
too soon because they've been partying. They were on a boat partying
they
like,
were
I don't
just
know.
they all were just with one of the kids had a birthday, and they were all there. It's on
I
her
feel
page.
like
If you go to
they
her
were in
page,
Turks and Caicos like 6 months to a year
yeah.
ago on a boat.
Mhm.
Candy was in a very, those little teeny weeny Chanel bikinis that just
Yep.
cover your nipples.
Yep.
Candy was in like a teeny weeny itty bitty cover your nipples bikini.
Mhm.
Todd and this lady, and
Mhm.
they were having a good damn time.
But
Candy
what
was in
people
very
don't
something. I'm basically very something naked.
Yeah, and the thing is this, like I was thinking about talking about this today. Um, Candy and
Did you?
Todd are getting a divorce. Not like Fatima is not in she's good with both of them. Like she's not a part of the dissolution of marriage. They are all still in a relationship. It's just that there's no I guess there's no maybe there's no three-way situation with them. But her and Todd are good and her and Candy are good. She was their girlfriend.
Happy
So
birthday to Miss Fatima Ford. Enjoy your day. May this year bring you peace, love, and happiness and lots of travel. Okay. He's like, let me see how that check gets cut. Let me see if wifey is still gonna be paying for our travel.
right.
You only live this shit once, so enjoy yourself. Okay. I mean, it's kind of general. It's not giving I love you. He didn't say I love you.
I mean, he's being the proper man for the because I'm sure that one thing that Candy didn't want was to be embarrassed. I'm sure there's a discussion there. So I will say that he's at least a class act as far as that is concerned. I've never seen him necessarily publicly like I mean, he's embarrassing on some levels anyway, but I don't think that it's something that I don't think he mismanages his side
I
options.
mean, Candy's over there liking her pictures, so they're
Yeah.
not I
I mean,
mean,
and there's a video where they were just all together. I
it
think
on
a day or
Todd's
so, like a week ago, maybe.
Facebook, I know I've seen that boat trip. That boat trip, but it's funny how the Tuckers have her on their or at least Todd has her
Mhm.
on his Insta. I don't see I don't see them on hers. It's funny, you gotta kinda think about when you feature
Uh-huh.
people and they don't feature you back.
Mhm.
It's like, "Why are you featuring this woman, sir?"
Yep.
Okay, so he was live on Instagram yesterday?
Yeah, and he's just, on daddy. It was literally to me really tongue in cheek because it's all about daddy duty.
Hanging out. Blaze, what we doing?
At the house hanging out.
We having fun?
I'm hungry.
You hungry? What you want, a snack?
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want to happen when you go live and the kids say, "I'm hungry." Why did you not feed the
I'm
kids? I'm
trying to
sure people
tell
in the
you.
comments were like, "Why didn't you feed the kids before you went live, sir?"
Girl, he'd never make it in the
We're going
mommy
downstairs to
section.
get snacks. Let's go.
You better, because
You want me to
the
pause it?
chat gonna
Where's the
drag
remote?
you. You cannot go live and
Oh
have the
man,
kids be in the background talking
where's
about
your
I'm
remote?
hungry. That
Girl,
is
kids are
So I'm
gonna
gonna
put
pause
your ass
this,
out there every time.
it'd be your own
and
kids,
it's
right?
paused.
Yep, that's why
We're
those
going to get a
boomers tried to
snack.
train us to
Let's see what
not
Ace
even
is
say you were
doing.
hungry publicly.
When I'm talking to other adults, be quiet. Dennis, are you still live? Dennis went quiet on us.
He went quiet.
Dennis, calling Mr. Byron, calling Mr. Byron. You think his beard is gross? Okay,
Yeah.
so we have some people who are not beard gang.
I was wondering
Um,
if his beard was because no,
Hey
I
guys,
know
hey, I'm
now
back.
it's
I'm
a
back. I'm
fashion
back.
thing. I was wondering when was he Muslim?
I don't
Hello?
know.
Hello?
We hear
Hello?
you. I hear you,
Oh,
Dennis.
okay. Okay, yeah.
Um,
So what about his beard? Let me say something. That beard alone should give him full custody. Because she was run, she had these ladies out here now I'm trying to grow a beard. I can't get a beard.
Mhm.
So he kept that groom. He didn't have a beard when he started dating her. He did not have a beard when he started dating her. I know he's gonna argue that listen, he wants to have that maintained and she's gonna pay for it. I'm just
I do think
I'm
Candy's
just
gonna end up
listen.
cutting a check.
She's
Candy
going.
gonna have to cut the check. She gonna have
She's
to.
going to
I
cut the
think that
check.
there is a
She's going.
certain lifestyle that they have created for themselves, and he's going to drop the receipts, and she's gonna have to cut a check.
I believe that's going to be the case. And Randy hasn't even well, that bill's going to be pretty high. One thing they've established that she has more money than him, and just in the filing, she's paying for everything. So why should it stop? And she's the cash cow. She's the cash cow. But he has Randy Kessler, high profile attorney. Not to say nothing. I'm not saying nothing about her attorney, but he has a team of attorneys that are going to be on this case. If it goes that, I think they're going to settle. If she, offer him, $2 million. He has his production. They can help his production. I mean, they don't want this to go. Sound like they do want this to go full, uh, play out in the court, but I don't think it should. I don't think it should.
Nyla, what do you have to say?
Um, it would be nice if they settled, amongst each other. But I'm a blogger. What fun is that? I wanted to get messy.
Nala, the filing is messy. It's going to get messy because he's not. Todd, Randy's not taking this lightly, and Todd is not taking this lightly. It's going to get.
Uh-oh. Is that me going out or is that
That was me.
Dennis?
That was me.
Okay. Okay. No, I mean, I do think that he has equity in the relationship. I believe that he cares about the kids. I just doesn't Todd have he had kids before him and Candy?
Yes, but
Okay, so if
he
he
can love
didn't
all
if
his kids. He can have 20 kids. He can love
if
them
he
equally.
okay, hear me out, dear. If he didn't try to get full custody of those kids, why is he trying to get full custody of these?
Because he's
Because it's a
50
bigger bag
now.
here.
Well, yeah, but he's also an older man now. There's a
Yeah, but
difference from when you're
he's an
30
older
and you're
man,
50.
but he's also an older man that likes to have threesomes. So it's not like he's living the lifestyle of an upstanding middle-aged man.
He might say, "My wife introduced me to that. I didn't know anything about it until I got married a decade ago."
Well, I mean, some people don't mind raising their children in those, with those kind of dynamics. So it's completely up to them.
Do you think Candy is ready to be uh like
No,
full-time mommy?
no.
Because she said when they had the kids that he was going to have to raise them. She said that on Real Housewives.
Mm-hmm.
She
She
doesn't
sure
have the
did.
time to do that. And this is why I say the guardian ad litem is going to be a good addition to the conversation, because the guardian ad litem is going to work for the best interest of the children solely. So was the Candy groomed him? What the heck? What the heck?
Look, it's not a diss to say that somebody, I met my freaky equivalent. I mean, if there were things he thought about, I mean, Candy had access to some things that he didn't have access to, as like you said, just he was like a working guy in the industry. Candy is part of, a different aspect of the industry. And maybe it was, things he may have thought and dreamed about, he was able to have access to by having a celebrity wife, that it became the reality of having women like this beautiful woman that he's big upping on his page now, where maybe he might not have had access to a woman like that.
So is he? Do you think Todd targeted Candy? Are you saying that?
Ooh,
Yeah,
Mama
I think
Joyce would
so.
say that.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Ooh,
My thing is
targeted.
this though. He's already had a set of children that he did not raise on his own. Candy has raised a child on her own before. Um, they both have enough resources to where they could have household help or whatever. And I don't know, with male children, I am more in favor of them after a certain age going to their fathers or whatever. But I don't think either one is no less qualified than the other, or no more either.
I I would say I would agree that they're no less qualified, but who has the would benefit from being with the will the kids benefit more by being with Todd because of his availability and time than Kandi? Than being around strangers, but being it's probably makes more sense being around a familiar face, the father. If she has this still this schedule, this work
Well,
schedule.
they have household help now. Even I mean, they've had household help even with him in the house. So I don't see the big deal. I mean, why are we acting like Todd is this wholesome? Is any more wholesome than she is?
I don't know. We're not. V just joined the panel. Hey
Hey,
V, happy
V.
New Year.
V, what up? What it do,
Hey
yo?
everybody. Hi. Hi.
Hey.
I love this topic because, I've been following it too. And I let me just say this since you guys were talking about who should get the kids or whatever. I honestly feel like he has been the main caregiver. She travels so much. He's even mentioned how she's been gone, she'll leave for weeks. He'll leave for days sometimes or a week for vacation, but she'll leave for months, is what he
Mhm.
said. And I just feel like I don't see a problem with him being the custodial parent if she's working as much as she is, as long as they're working together. Like if they're working together and he's going to make sure he brings the kids, to where she is. And, if they can continue to maintain the type of interaction that they have now on some level where the kids are concerned, I don't see a problem with him being the main caregiver.
See, I like that. I like that. I like that
I,
thought. And
I
then
think that's what she was hoping for too. Yeah, I think that's what she was hoping for until he did his filing and she realized he wanted primarily not to s- not to s- not to strip her of her rights, but I think he wanted to have decision making ability
Mhm,
and be kind of like the chief custodial parent.
mhm. I think he should be, honestly. I do. Nyla, what'd you say about that? How did you feel about it?
Um, I don't know. I think that they should have joint custody.
Yeah.
And I don't trust Todd.
Oh,
I don't think that Candy's is the best person in the world, but I mean, I don't trust men who are predatory with women. And I feel like he's predatory. I feel like he did set up a scheme and
mm.
he executed it.
Oh my
And I don't trust men who are comfortable with being secondary financially.
God.
I don't. I feel like he had all this planned with an end game. I don't know.
That's what I
so
still don't.
he stayed there for 12 years. You
I
think
was gonna
wouldn't
say,
it?
I still don't feel like Todd was setting up no damn scheme. I really don't. I don't care what Miss what's her name? The mom what's her name? Mama Joyce?
Mama
Mama Joyce.
Joyce.
Yeah, I don't care what Mama Joyce said. Or no, that was Aunt Nora that said Todd set up the scheme. But
Yeah.
I honestly don't see it that way.
I
I
mean, women do it too. It's just, and
sure
I
he
think
do.
it's just
Sure he do.
because women typically, we're typically traditionally positioned to be
Mhm.
provided for as opposed to being the provider,
Sure.
right? And so for me, when men are looking for providers,
Yeah.
or they get with people because they have a bag and they can get access to it, because I really believe that. I just it's something about his energy that leads me to believe that he had an end game in mind, even with the having of the kids. Because like even Bougie just brought up how he was she told him like you're gonna have to be the one to do
Taking
this
care
because I'm on my entrepreneur shit or
of.
whatever. He
Yeah.
wanted those kids. Those are anchor babies,
Yeah, and I
and
hear what
men do
you're
that
saying.
shit all the
I thought
time.
she wanted the kids though. I thought she did want the kids. No, I thought she
I,
wanted
I
the
I don't
baby.
I
think
think they both wanted them, but she was like, "I'm only doing this if you understand this is
Take the
how it's
lead.
got to be."
Yeah, and I agree with that. So with that stated, and the fact that apparently that is how it has been, and apparently she's had no complaints about his parenting. My thought is, why change it? Why not keep the children's lifestyle and life as consistent as you possibly can?
And that
Because
could be achieved with joint custody, right?
Well, joint custody. Look, I had joint custody of my son, right? But I was the custodial parent. When he went with his father, because they would travel all the time, I had to legally give him, because at first we didn't even have any like really paperwork going on until he was about 10. And then at 10, he started traveling with his dad. So if he's gone or he's with his father, they won't let him make medical decisions unless it shows that has joint custody. So he doesn't have to be the custodial parent in order to get or to make decisions when the children are in his care. But I do believe he should be the custodial parent.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that he has always been the custodial parent. I mean, when she's traveling and she's gone, that's why I'm saying that if
who else was going to earn the money? He was the custodial parent by default. He's not ever been he wasn't the custodial parent for his other child. Now he wants to be.
He didn't know her for a while too. You know, he didn't even know she existed for years. Mm-hmm. So by the time
I think he just wants child support and stability.
Okay. I think that he's the better suited parent based upon just availability and the fact that he's done it consistently for however many years How old is Ace? I don't even know.
He might be 10.
He might be 10. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just think that for as long as he's been alive, that's how the situation has been. So why switch it up now? When you want to keep the kid's life as stable as possible, why switch it up?
I will say this, V, most of the women agree with you. A lot of women I've seen saying that Todd needs to be the custodial parent. So I know I don't have the popular opinion because I'm not really going by those things. That man is a schemer and an opportunist. And I don't.
Dang,
and I feel like
it's Team Mama Joyce. Okay, it's Team Mama Joyce. Are you Team Mama Joyce, Nyla?
I see. And
yes and no. So in that moment, I thought Mama Joyce was doing too much because I think that you should be, you got to let your adult children be adults and you don't get involved in their relationships. I'm against that. But was she wrong about what he was? No.
But see, here's the other thing. I always thought she was wrong. And I think here's the other thing. Now, you got to think about this. Kandi might complain because I'm going to actually do a reaction today to one of the old wasn't Daddy Daycare. It was Todd and the Glam Squad or whatever. And they talk. Now, here's the other thing. I will say that Todd is very passive aggressive as hell because it seemed to me like he would wait for those lives to ask Kandi the most difficult to basically start up some of the most difficult conversations in front of an audience, talking about their finances and how they should be when they have children, and if you had millions before you meet a man who doesn't, how do you feel about that? How should that go? And the one that I'm actually going to cover today is when they talk about the house in particular and the fact that his name wasn't on the house. So I bring that up because it seems very clear to me that, Kandi over the years has said that she's never been able to find a man with the same level of wealth that she has or success that she has because those men don't want her. Do you remember that, Bougie? Do you ever remember hearing her say that?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I mean, was she looking at that moment? Like at that moment, you're not looking. You settled on you entered into a relationship with a man that was not. And that's okay. You know what I mean? If that's what you wanted, then that was okay. I highlighted this comment that said he was never a provider. That's not even a question. Because we know he was not providing because Kandi just strikes me as the type of person, and from what we know from watching Real Housewives, I don't think Kandi wanted anyone to have anything over and on her.
That's right.
Like that he did something for her, that she owes them anything. Todd didn't pay a bill because Todd didn't have to pay a bill.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not Todd couldn't pay a bill. Todd didn't have to pay a bill. Kandi didn't want him paying a bill. If that house was still in her name, which it sounds like she never added him to the deed. When her lawyer is making stipulations like number 6, the respondent does not pay the mortgage or expenses at the marital residence. To that I say, duh. Of course not.
Right.
Why would he? Kandi didn't want him to. She didn't want him to have any receipts over her household, household, even if it's the household that he shares as a husband. She didn't want him to be able to financially have any stake in separating her from any of her property or her money coming into the marriage. So that's why he never paid for anything.
But she said he did. She specifically said on multiple lives that I even think the one I'm gonna do today says it, where she's saying she feels that the man should pay all the household bills. That I think it was.
Did she say that he was paying it though?
Yes.
She feels he should pay, but on number 3, it says he does not pay.
Well, and I understand that that's what she's saying now. So I don't know if that means he stopped paying at some point, because I just saw a live yesterday that they did where she said specifically, yeah, but you pay all the household bills. That's what she said.
Not anymore. He doesn't pay anything anymore.
You know what, too? And I don't know if it's because I'm a feminist, but Kandi, to me, is being penalized with this situation by a lot of women because she worked hard and secured the bag. So it's like, oh, you work too much. So he had to somebody had to pay the bills and afford the lifestyle. And now she's paying a price somewhat with women because she did what she had to do. She didn't leave her kids in bad hands. She left the child just like men do. She left the child with the parent that was there. But I cannot remove the fact that it is just something that I believe about Todd, that he was there to secure his future and all this kind of stuff, because he didn't have shit going on.
Nyla, he wasn't just
he had a job.
He didn't have, in comparison, what I'm saying is he had a job. But there's a difference between a man having a job and a man having a career.
Well, I think he had a career. I think he had a career and that he was making 6 figures. So it wasn't like he was not doing well for himself. He just wasn't doing as well as she was. And that's the other point that I wanted to bring up, because 2 things. One, based upon what you just said, I personally am not penalizing her, not me. But what I do think that is fair is fair. If he's been caring for the kids, he's been the lead caregiver.
He's been the nanny. Yeah.
Okay, fine. He's been the nanny.
Don't play my boy like that.
We wouldn't call it
like that.
What you say?
I mean, that's how you're describing him, though.
Well,
you said that he was
so
a
he's a house
caregiver.
husband. I have no problem with him being a house husband because that's what she wanted.
I'm gonna hold on, guys. I'm sorry. That's Michelle straight from the A. She's here as well. So we just, she's just listening to the conversation. But
okay.
Say good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Michelle.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Michelle got all the tea.
Michelle got all the tea. Michelle, you gonna pour any tea? You gonna pour any tea this morning or what?
All this housewife's tea she got over there.
Oh, I don't do it in the mornings. I sleep. No, but I was looking for the motion you were saying. I don't see it filed on the court thing.
Oh, the new motion, Dennis?
Yeah, the new one.
It hasn't posted yet. The motion that we're reading from right now is the one that was posted on the 8th, the petitioner's motion for the temporary visitation.
Oh, okay, so I didn't see that motion.
But Adama said she posted something last night, and she said it wasn't showing in Odyssey yet. And I've been refreshing my Odyssey. I haven't seen it post yet.
But Shay Alexander was on the Zoom as well. Shay was there, so Shay probably didn't.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all's stream. You could call me later.
All right. Hit you a minute.
All right.
All right. Bye.
I just want to say this. It is a struggle with working moms who are highly successful. If you are in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have 2 very highly successful, highly motivated, with school age children and it not be a problem. You
Sure.
always there has to be someone at the house who's more home based than the other. You can't have two parents taking off on airplanes with school age kids, and I'm talking like little kids. High school, maybe, I don't know, and I don't know what the repercussions are of that, of having high school age children, and you've got two very highly successful, highly motivated individuals who both have to be different places and not at home. You know what I mean? And in the interest of the family, it's really hard.
Yeah, and it's
So
not
I
like he
feel
was a
for Kandi
traditional
in that
housewife.
situation because it's definitely tough, whether someone is a millionaire or someone who's just successful in their particular job
Yeah.
and maybe even makes more than their spouse. It's hard being away from home.
Mhm.
So I maybe there are people who are scrutinizing Kandi. I mean, I do feel bad for Kandi, but I also recognize that at a certain point, sometimes you do want to live your life. Kandi started having kids young. And I think she had these two kids because her husband wanted her to have these two kids. One she birthed, the other one they had by surrogate. But these two kids came as a direct result of her husband. I think Kandi would have lived the rest of her life with Riley and been just fine had she not married Todd. So these two kids came as a result of the marriage and the love for her husband, but she shouldn't be penalized access to the kids because the marriage isn't working out. I think that she initially wanted the fit. So let me tell you what she wanted initially. Initially, it was this is her filing. Initially, it was joint physical custody, joint legal custody, child support based on the Georgia guidelines, enforcement of the prenuptial agreement, marital debts equitably split, and each side pays their own attorney fees. Todd came back with the primary physical custody, final decision-making authority on kids, joint legal custody, a temporary hearing if they can't agree on the mediation, all marital assets divided, his separate property
All
returned,
child.
marital debts
Marital
equitably
assets, though.
split, alimony and child support if the prenup isn't enforced. He okay. Then it went to then Kandi came back. Wait, let me see. Then Kandi came back with let's see. Okay. Primary physical custody, joint legal custody, but if the final decision making authority for education and healthcare and enforcement of the prenup. So it's been tweaked on both sides a couple of times. That's the notes. So not major changes, but in a way, I mean, he wants to be able to have decision making, and maybe he feels like that makes sense because he's got the kids more, not from she doesn't give a fuck about her kids, but maybe it's just from a standpoint of you're in the air, you're traveling, you're busy, you're doing this, that, and the third type of thing. But maybe as a mother, and I would feel the same way, it's a little threatening to not have that decision making ability as the mother. As a mother, that's the type of stuff that makes you not be able to sleep at night. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that would bother me.
So doesn't his response seem retaliatory? And just even if you like extract some of the more basic things or whatever, Kandi's offering, in my opinion, was very, very equitable, very, very fair. And I do think the whole part of him not paying bills or whatever, but she was fine with it. I think she was fine with it if he's a member of the household and they're married. So
Right.
now that they're not going to be married, he is to lose the benefits of having an uber rich wife, right? And
Right.
his response sounds more so like, I basically all I hear is I don't want to pay child support, but I want you to pay child support. That's what this is about. And in my opinion, this don't have nothing to do with him wanting to have a daddy daycare. This has nothing to do with him. I need to be in the house with my kids every day. And just even in general, most men are not vying for physical custody or to be the custodial parent when there's a decent mother there. The only time men typically want to have be the custodial parent is if the mother ain't shit or they don't want to pay child support. He just doesn't want to pay.
But well, first of all, he's not going to have to pay, really. I mean, he doesn't even make that kind of money, right? Compared to her. So I
It
don't think
doesn't matter though. They still will make you pay child support even if you make less. You just because you don't make any money, you still have an obligation to financially provide.
I understand that completely. And I have, been through that process. I
Yeah.
just what I'm saying is, like, my thing is this: if he's been doing this all along, and he's not outright saying she's a bad parent, he's not saying any of that. I feel like okay, let me ask you this. If they were married and she was traveling and he had the kids, do you think he could or would make final decisions in that moment?
I think he would be consulting with his wife still. I don't
I
think
think,
that she goes without communicating.
yeah,
I,
maybe
I,
that's what they
I
need to do is say, whatever we've been doing aside from living in the same house together, let's keep
continue doing
that
it.
arrangement. You know
I
what I
agree.
mean?
I agree with you, V. I think that I don't, and I hear you, Nyla, but I think that she put that out there for a consideration, but he knows the reality of what she's asking for may not be something that he can do because he hasn't been doing that. And just think about it. They asked for the attorney fees, which I didn't see that addressed in the motion.
Mm.
Tyrese ended up having to pay $400,000 to her lawyers, more than what she got. Four
$400,000
hundred thousand dollars.
for the
The bill
lawyers?
the bill ran to $400,000 because she had 4 lawyers.
Jeez.
Tyrese also made things drag out worse and all the other stuff that he was doing. Like he literally made himself walk into to me. He's been penalized for making the process more extensive than what it, and what it needs to be. But I mean, I just again, Todd has not had to be responsible because he had the benefits of being married to a rich woman. Now that the marriage is ending, she does no longer want to benefit him and he still wants to benefit from her. And that means he wants to be the quote unquote daddy daycare and he does not want to have to financially provide. That's it. Like he just does not want to have to pay for his children.
What do
And
you Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nyla.
no, go ahead, baby.
No, what do you think about? Do y'all remember there was an old episode when the two of them were talking about her working? I think this was when she first started like acting on the shy, and he was telling her like, "Look, I just want to spend time with my wife." Because she was like, "Well, I'm gonna be at I gotta go film the Shy." She was gonna be there 6 weeks. I think Escape was going on tour as well, so she does have to go and be on location for a lot of stuff. And he was saying, "Look, I just want to spend time with. When are you gonna have time so that we can spend time together?" Because I think the other thing was when they were separated like that, and she's working on these different projects and things. When she would come off of that, then it's all about the kids. So it sounded to me like at the time that he was just saying, look, when can we make time for each other? And you're working all the time. And that's right. And even the kids were saying, well, not the kids, but Riley in particular was saying, why are you having more kids? Because you don't have enough time for me, basically. So this has been an ongoing thing. Kandi's always been a hard worker. I don't think that that's a penalty to say let's keep things the way they are. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like he should be able to snatch up the kids and lay back on his ass and not do nothing. I just feel like if they can keep this consistency as much as possible where the kids are concerned, do that. Shit, if he could live in the house next door forever, I mean, if they could work it out, work it out. Shit, I don't necessarily mean them working out and being together. I just mean,
No, I do think I agree that I think it's better if people can keep the courts out of it and just, take care of it or whatever, but I don't know. I don't trust Todd.
I got you. I got you.
Well, the T is that he is in the carriage house. That was Randy Kessler mentioned that he is living. He's still at the marital house residence,
Right.
but he's living in the carriage house. Um, So that's interesting. But yeah, not too much was said today just because they started arguing about the the press that was there or the bloggers that were there, and that whole conversation that took place at the beginning kind of set the tone for we're not talking about too much at this meeting. And I guess to probably have some sidebars about how they're going to handle having the media there moving forward. So
Mhm.
Fun fact, I used to live down the street from their house. And I've been inside their house. I remember when it was first being built, because initially, this was years ago, obviously, but when it was first being built, all we knew at the time, because it was still under construction. I've been in both of the houses, the carriage house, if as you call it, and the main house. And went down there and saw the pool and stuff. What I understand is that a music producer, and I never found out who it was, had that house built. I don't know if they ever moved in, because it seemed like the construction went on for years, actually. So I don't know if he actually moved in.
Yeah,
But
he didn't move in.
who was it? Who was it, Dennis? You
Well,
know who it was?
yeah, I know it was, but he moved in, and
Was it Jermaine? I thought
it
it was
it
either.
was Jermaine. It was Jermaine, but he moved in another part of Buckhead. I ain't gonna
Okay,
put his name. I'm not gonna put
she's
his
from
name out there.
Cascade. You know where she
well,
is, right?
because she bought it in foreclosure too. Remember,
Yeah,
it
okay.
was
Years,
because Kim
right?
Zolciak was dragging her
Yeah,
about buying a
in that area.
foreclosure. Well, not even just the area. Well, the area and that it was a foreclosure. Yeah.
Because she says Sweetie or whatever told her that that was a bad area, which is a lie.
Girl.
It's very well. It used
Well,
to be very
look
well
where
off.
Kim is now. Look how look where Kim is now. Kim is done.
Hello.
Kim is that's a whole nother conversation, V. We can have another time. But yeah, Kim is
A
in
mess.
bad shape.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, you guys. Anything else? I feel like this was an interesting conversation. I'm so glad you guys came to visit me today. That was so
Yeah.
sweet. It's so fun when you have guests. So I
I
appreciate
rarely
y'all.
see you, like, it never pops up in my feed, and I was like, "Oh, okay, let me go
Me?
see who she's talking." Yeah, you never pop up in never. You
I've
never
been
pop
a
up in my
little
feed.
bit under the radar since the new year because I mean I was still recovering a little bit from going on vacation, and I
Yeah.
just been I've been a little soft girling it into 2026, just setting the tone for um you know just taking it a little easy, taking a
Mhm.
little easy. So, but yeah, I was on it today. And that was interesting running into our friend Dennis out in the bushes, trying
That's
to
funny.
gather this tea for the people to let you guys know what was going on. So
Not Dennis in the bushes, child.
Dennis was in the
With
bushes.
that
He
camera
was.
trying to film what you was trying to do. Get some intel, Dennis.
Dennis was in the Zoom bushes. Okay.
Stalker
Listen,
Dennis.
I'm not. I'm never telling why I was there, but you know I was there.
No, but thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. It was good
Absolutely. And
talking with you, V, of course.
Of course.
Dennis.
Yes,
It was just wonderful.
yes.
I love
Always.
y'all.
I
I
Oh,
love
love
y'all
y'all
too. Happy New
too.
Year to everyone. I hadn't
Happy
talked
New
Happy
Year.
to
New Year.
you guys. Happy New Year. So yeah,
yeah.
we'll do this again soon. I mean, what we do know is that it's getting ready to get a little bit nasty. It's getting ready to get nasty. And then there's some new court dates scheduled. And so there's more to come, but I would not be surprised if they really try to negotiate something because Kandi did not look happy at all.
Yeah.
And I
Just
feel
tell
like
me
she
she
has
had
enough
she
money.
had her concealer on, right?
Shut up.
She was well made up for the
Okay.
like you know what I mean? Like she was giving dressed hair,
I
cute
was just
outfit,
making sure because
little
they be
Dark
dragging her.
no, she was looking very attractive. She was giving
She has.
um
She
camera
better.
ready.
She better, because shit, I would be looking good every time this nigga saw me. You hear me? I would put together, make him
All I know
realize what he
is
was
that
losing.
dude that she was in that picture with, baby.
What
What
dude?
picture on Instagram?
Yes. I'm like, you know how some people too, like he almost looked AI.
What?
Y'all didn't see,
Hold
let
on,
me
Pretty?
let
send
me
it
That
over
good
to
find.
looking?
you.
Good
Is
God.
Yeah.
is it on her page? Is she
I don't know if it's on her page or not, but I can I could send it to you, or I could just share it. Cause
Let me
baby,
something you said, Nyla, is I was gonna say something about earlier, and then you said something recently just now about his response being retaliatory. And
Mhm.
that's what I was gonna say earlier. I feel like anybody here been through a divorce?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know you, that's right.
I
Nyla,
have not.
you have not. Dennis,
I'm
have you
in
been through?
my first and only marriage.
Good for you, child. I want to
Yes,
be like you. Well, I can't, I'll
we're
never be
we're
like
getting ready to be we're going for a dozen. We're going for 12 years this March. So yeah, I'm in
awesome.
it.
Yay.
I'm in it to win it.
March what?
Right behind you.
22nd.
Oh, okay. Because my birthday's 14. Um,
Oh.
what I was gonna say though is going through a divorce, and I don't know about your situation,
Uh,
Nyla,
no
but
comment.
where he said no comment. Um, I'm very, 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 very close to my ex-husband to this day. We've been divorced 20 years. But baby, when we went through that divorce, it was ugly. It got real ugly. And what I noticed too is that these attorneys, I think they always start high so that they can meet, somewhere in the middle. And I think that it's almost seems like a ongoing practice for many of them to ask for everything because you're not going to get it all anyway, right? So I feel like that's some of what's happening, and I just feel like it's just par for the course, and unfortunately it's going to get ugly. It's expected. I think some of the things when you hear them asking for child support and all those things, sometimes, and not necessarily in this case, but sometimes I think all of that is just a part of the process. And if like I remember when Eric Benet asked for child support or something, he asked for alimony. That's what he asked for. And my understanding is that a lot of times that's what the courts will do I mean, not the courts, but the attorney will do initially so that they can land somewhere they want to land. What y'all think about that?
I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I do agree that that happens, but I
yeah. That
still
happens.
think
That happens a
that
lot.
this was a response though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Bougie, I sent you the picture. I
So
forgot who whoever.
Candy featured Miss Fatuma
Fatim
in
is it?
like damn 20 pictures. And then
For her birthday.
someone's in here talking about happy birthday, Candy's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
mean, it's
Todd posted happy birthday to her too as well
Mhm.
yesterday
but
with his.
look, this is the funny thing. So this is the picture Todd. So look at the picture Todd posted. This is like a different perspective of the. So you see the lady, she has this dress on.
Uh-huh.
So he posted a picture of her with this dress,
Uh-huh.
but I guess this is the other side. This was maybe a photo shoot with her and Candy and some, I don't know what else, but
They
this,
got tons of photos together.
okay.
They
Mhm.
travel a lot together and stuff.
My
Okay,
Oh,
God.
they
Happy
definitely in a
birthday, Candy's
relationship.
girlfriend. Okay,
Todd
girl.
is Todd. She took your girl. She took your woman.
No,
I
Well,
never.
apparently
they still they
it was
both still have her. They just don't they just get a
Nah,
divorce,
I
but
don't think that's gonna
that
last much
relationship
longer.
is intact.
I don't think that's gonna last much longer.
that's crazy.
Allegedly.
Who
Why?
who
Where
gets
you
Fatuna?
I was gonna say, where do you think she lit where
Who
she
gets
stays
the
at night?
tuna? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I had to say that.
She's got her own house. She's got a they got her set up pretty nice.
Who
Oh,
gets
okay. I thought she lived with them because the rumor was she lived there with them. So she doesn't.
ooh, ooh.
She got her
Well,
own place,
who
girl.
has temporary
Girl.
custody of her now?
Who has custody of Fatuna?
And
Girl.
Candy interviewed her early last year, and
I'm sure she did.
I didn't understand why, because I was like, why is she so interesting? Because she came on the show as a friend of who's Sheree's or somebody.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think she was a friend of Sheree's, and then she and Candy got cool, and next thing you know, she was interviewing her, and I thought to myself, why is she interviewing Fatum? Like that seems odd. The girl was like a friend of the show. She wasn't even on there a whole lot. So now it all makes sense. There was an interest there. So,
She's
Mhm.
on her Niecy Nash.
oh Lord, I don't know. It feels like that could be the case, to be quite honest. Maybe not with Fatum, but
It's
it,
so really, it is so hard for me to view a Muslima in a relationship with a man and his wife. That is so crazy.
Why? Why?
Well, I mean the obvious. Like,
right. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm missing something. Let me see I missed the picture. So you said the obvious.
Hold
Is
I
it?
on.
mean, she is like 90% of the time in hijab.
Oh, what?
90%
Yeah.
of the time?
Yeah. Like if you go to her IG.
Okay. Because when she
Well,
was on the
she's
show, she
here.
never
This is
wore it.
them traveling, I guess.
Wait a
Mm.
minute. Wait a minute. Now, I didn't know this. Now I have a problem. Wait a minute.
What?
She's in her hijabi. Wait a minute.
Mhm.
Astaghfirullah.
You said a stop for a lie.
Stop. Oh
Well,
my
she's not in
goodness.
a hijab here.
No,
Right.
I think Candy and Todd might have
Don't say it.
corrupted her.
Don't say it. Don't.
Corrupted
She's got a
Fatum.
tattoo on her
Yeah.
body. That's not.
Mhm.
Oh
Because
my God.
when I first saw them, I thought that they just were on vacation, like in Dubai or something in a Muslim country, and so that's what they were doing. But no, like no, I think she's Somalian.
Okay.
Okay.
She looks
Oh,
Somalian
she
or
was.
either Eritrean.
Okay. It said something that she was going to a Somali wedding.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
definitely
she
smiling.
got kids. She
Got kids?
Uh-huh.
looks like it. Yeah.
And see, this was the party with Ace and whatchamacallit.
Oh,
But like,
wow.
yeah, if you go through her photos, you can tell like it's an actual Muslim family.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
And she out here
Oh,
showing out like this? Okay.
Yeah, girl.
Mm.
she's
Or is that on her Facebook where
living her
all of those
life.
pictures are? Let me
Well,
see.
you know, on Facebook there was that trip, and I don't know if it's. I don't think it's on hers. I think it's on Todd's when they were like in Turks and Caicos or somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Oh, here she is. Here's Candy on her page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had a bunch of pictures of her. And then I think, was it her birth? No, not her birthday. It was some other time. Or maybe it was her birthday last year or something. I saw Candy saying, we have so many trips. We travel so much and we still have so many places to go. And, I think it was New Year's or something like that. She did this long post to her. I was like, oh, okay. That's interesting.
Something. I mean, look, I don't know what's going. Like something's obviously goings on. Something's amiss. But okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm, child.
This is sounding closer than most.
Closer than close.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
closer than most.
This is my thing, and this is kind of what we started with.
She's
Don't.
exotic. She's exotic. Yeah.
She's
Ooh,
gorgeous. I
she's
mean, she
beautiful.
is
She
really
really
pretty.
Mhm.
Mm.
This is what I want to
Oh,
say though. Don't
someone
use
got selfish.
don't use social media and the public like to bring us in when you want to make a bag, and then it's shun us when now all of a sudden it's something you'd rather for us to not know, or now you think it's time to withdraw and have people mind their business, because at the end of the day,
That's right. Talk
say,
about it.
like the average person who's going through a divorce didn't necessarily bring us into all of the
Marriage.
facets of their life
Mhm.
and also make a bag off of it. Now, you will probably make a bag off of it later, but right now, while your business is being exposed, now you want to, kind of shun the public
Respect my
or
privacy. Respect our
you have
privacy.
access to your.
Kill me with that.
You
She
know,
gorgeous.
No, that right there.
You've been.
Listen, we would argue that today. That would be a. I didn't file one, but no, you public figures. The fact that a judge entertained that is crazy to me. That
What happened? That
the judge.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What happened?
So
What
the
did you
judge agreed that no cameras today, but this is definitely not the tempo you want to set for public figures in a high profile case. Like that has never happened for me. Like cover all these high profile cases. No judge said no cameras in the courtroom.
Respect my privacy.
Yeah, that right there. And the
All we're
fact that
going
the
through this
girl who filed the
difficulty.
motion wasn't prepared to argue that is crazy. You know, like you can't assume that once you file Rule 22, that it's going to
Oh,
be granted.
honey, it matters not. We're going to get to the business.
We're
Okay.
always
That's
going.
that, that's right. That's
Period.
right, Nolly. That's right, Nolly.
And it's so ironic because this particular couple has had us in everything, in
All their business.
all of it. When I
All of
say
it.
their quarrels as a couple, their quarrels with the in-laws, the
In vitro
businesses,
fertilization.
that the employees at the damn restaurants, their wedding, the prenup. I mean, we've been a part of everything. You can't figure it
Everything.
out now. Yeah.
Don't act brand new now. Todd's over there daddy daycaring on Instagram. I mean, we called and check it. I mean, we want to check it out, see what's going on. Hello?
And then, like
Yeah,
I
don't
said,
do us like that.
those talks he did with the glam squad,
Yeah.
baby, those were so freaking messy. They were so messy.
Extremely messy.
You could
He
tell
is a
that
messy guy, though. He's a messy fellow.
he is, and I think he's very passive aggressive, and I think that he used those opportunities to you could tell that these were conversations they've had in the past, that it didn't go the way he wanted it to go. So now he comes out here and he has the audience kind of get behind him and go at Kandi to prove his points. That's what I've seen in those.
Look at Todd looking like a sheik.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Todd. Oh, so he was.
Oh, she's playing. Look at the thruple ish. Okay. Look at Todd looking like a king, looking like a boss.
Looking like a
Maybe she's trying to convert them. Maybe that may be it.
She look
whatever it takes. Listen.
Fatima might be. She
What?
might be the
Don't
the
play
freak.
with them.
She do look like she the freaky one.
Fatum, I think so. I think so.
Oh yeah, they got something going on here. This is definitely something. Yeah, this is some. Yeah, I see
Everything
And
that
walking
lady
around
says.
in Dubai like
For
that
an
is on
unforgettable
brand.
night. Look what it says, guys. Goodbye from Doha. Thank you for an unforgettable night. Until next time.
That's what I'm
Now
saying.
on to
See,
the next
everything she says
V.
is sexual. It's always.
Why is that sexual, V? She
You know
said
it is.
for
Thanks
an
for a
unforgettable
wonderful
night.
night. She's always hinting to something.
Really? You take that as sexual?
Yes.
Unforgettable nights is
sexual.
unforgettable nights. What happened
V
at night?
says it's sexual.
I sure do, child. Nasty asses. Okay. But she said something on one of her pages where somebody was saying, or maybe it was under Kandi's, and they said something about, well, I guess how was it stated? Somebody made a comment about their relationship, and then they said, well, Kandi, I guess you get Fatum or something like that. And she said something like, yep, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, she converting them. That's what's happening. She's got a plan for them.
Let's have a hot night in Doha.
You see the bag. You see he got the candy coated bag. You know they got their toys with him.
Got their toys in there. He got a black bag like Nesto, but the candy coated toys.
Look, listen.
Todd was living the time of his life.
He was.
Okay.
These are great pictures of Kandi. They like the subtle airbrushing did a lot for her.
Shut up. No.
Okay. I'm just saying it's very polished. The
Who
one
do y'all
thing that
think?
you can learn from like at least I learned from some Syrian girls is how to belly dance. Baby, they can teach you how to pop
Look
your
at
hips
Todd
in a way
maxing
that is
and
different.
relaxing. Todd is living the
Got the
life.
hookah. Look at that.
Todd's like, I like it here. I mean, Dennis, can you talk from obviously the male perspective about that wedding ring? I think that men vibe off that wedding ring. I don't think that people really give it as much credit, but there's some men out here that love having that wedding ring on. And I think Todd, I wonder if Kandi obviously is the one who filed for the divorce. Do you think Todd is the salty one about the marriage breaking up? I think Todd enjoyed being married. I don't know that he loved his marriage. Maybe he wasn't totally happy, but I think Todd liked being married. Does anyone have any sentiment on that?
Yeah, I think that just based on everything we've seen, I think he's very salty about this divorce. And the fact that he's holding the line, so to speak, and not.
Look at this plane they're getting on. They're getting on a jumbo luxury some
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
plane.
pretty much.
Are
You won't be seeing too much of those type of pictures with the group, three of them. But yeah, he's going along for the ride. He's there. He's all in. Candy's the one that said she want a divorce for Christmas. He never said that.
She sure did.
You know, he was a little uncomfortable with some of the behavior, as evidence when he was on his live. You remember the time he was on his live and she was getting her hair done or getting her makeup done?
Yeah, he called her out like that she was like a freak.
Yeah,
basically.
I'm telling you, all
He
of
called
those
her
lies.
out like, yeah, you the one who the freak. Like he's and I
like,
mean when
"Yeah,
they
you gave it to me
married,
in 2
that
weeks."
was fine.
I'm trying to sound like a damn victim.
Okay,
You
let me
can't
ask y'all
open the
this.
door to Pandora's box. Like there's some things that you open and you just can't close. You know what I mean?
You don't
Like
think they got married on that premise
back
though?
in the,
You don't
Yes.
think
in
they
the
got married on that premise? You don't think they were
Yes.
having threesomes before they even got married?
Yes, they were.
Yeah. So
They were. They did.
Todd can miss me with the Mr. Morality.
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm not. I don't think. But is he doing that? Is he acting like he has more morals than her?
I mean, if he calling her out on being a freak-a-leak,
Well, that's what he. I didn't.
I don't
understand
think it
that.
was in a bad way. They
No.
were on his Mr. Todd Tucker TV and they were talking and it was almost like not like almost just calling her out for being the freaky.
He shouldn't have
You're
did
a
that.
freak,
I'm gonna be
right?
honest.
I'm a
That right
freak,
there.
but you're freakier or you're you know what I mean? Like
He shouldn't have called out like that.
He did that multiple times, though. Different things, he'll call her out. I just felt like the conversations were inappropriate because it was clear that he was trying to get backing on things that he could not obviously get through to Kandi on otherwise. Now, on the flip side, I've seen Kandi act very, very controlling. Like she has some control issues. In fact, that was even shown in one of the he was talking about her control issues, and in the middle of the damn show of him talking about her control issues, she gets up and starts controlling shit. It was hilarious actually to see. He was like,
I
"See
mean,
what?"
she's in her masculine all the time. Like
All the
if
time.
you out here working 16 hours a day, holding it down, and you making the bread, you baking the bread, you slaying the bread in the bed and all this kind of stuff, it puts you in a masculine role. So I mean, he better sit down and shut up like she said.
Let me ask y'all this. So that they filed on, or they made the announcement July 15th, correct? That's when they made the announcement. The night before that was Tiny Harris's birthday party. They were there, happy as could be, taking pictures and stuff. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. About 3 days prior to that, they were at the Beyonce concert. They were dancing very sexy with each other. She's touching his face and head and all that. They dancing real freaky 3 days before. What do you think? Do you think that something happened at that party, or that she found out something that night or the next day? Like, what do you think happened? Or do you think that they already planned to get this divorce, didn't announce it till the day after Tiny's party, and still went to the concert and the party like nothing
Because he
was
got
wrong?
some. That's what happened. They were on good terms. He got some. That's what that was.
Okay, for a week, because they were out 3 days prior to that too. So they really did.
Listen, if she was holding back for that long period of time with him, we don't know how long, but you're not gonna be that comfortable in a situation unless you're amenable to everything. Maybe that just broke the ice, and now they back in fighting again. So I don't know.
It's just the
Well,
amount of pictures with her and Kandi for me.
yeah, that part right there.
It's excessive. It's like, where's your other friends?
Right.
And
We have
knowing
enough
that
common.
Kandi has other friends, girl, you Kandi, I mean, it's like, my God.
Yeah, where's Carmen? That was her best friend.
Carmen. Where's all the other girls? I mean, she's friends with a ton of girls.
Yeah, yeah,
These are some great pictures of Kandi.
yeah.
She's
They are.
looking very very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. You guys, I absolutely hate to cut this short because I love you guys
Oh no,
and
you're fine.
period.
I got work, honey.
But I got to clock into mom mode. I've got my boo-boo waiting for me at the schoolhouse in about 10 minutes. So
Oh,
we can do this again, y'all. This doesn't have to be the only time. So
I love
we'll
it.
set this up again.
I
All
love
Are we
it.
good?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I will see you guys later. Let me get
Same
busy
here.
recording.
Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for
Alrighty.
coming and joining me today. Dennis, thank you. Always a pleasure. And V. Lenore,
Absolutely.
thank you so much. Nyla, thank you so much. You guys, I appreciate y'all so much. This was really, really, really fun. But we'll have some more updates soon. So anyone interested in this topic, V. Lenore, you said you're doing a live on Todd.
Yeah, Todd and Christian Gold. You know that it's official that
Oh, she got some hot piping tea on that one.
it's official. Did you receive that paperwork, Bougie?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll be talking about that.
I don't know why. Can you tell me really quick?
Mhm.
Is it noticeable or has Jen and Christian gone up under the radar? Because they have been very oddly out
Quiet.
of,
Mhm.
Well,
very, very
that
quiet.
goes into some of her tea. She got some tea. That tea may have the ingredients that
Because I was like, what is going on with these two? They are so freaking quiet.
They are quiet because they are broke. They are not. This is my opinion, and I don't have proof of this. Allegedly, in my opinion, they are struggling for money right now. He has not only the lawsuit that he just got the default judgment for, but another one, right? And then FBI is on his ass. He's the other thing is Jen has a whole closet set up on eBay where she's selling her damn
I saw that.
closet away. So it's like I feel like they're going through it, and they're
It's like,
too
ooh, basketball wives. When is basketball wives coming back with a check?
hello, and you know Auntie Lauren says they're going to stay with them. They're gonna go live with them in Vegas.
Stop it. Auntie Lauren told you that?
She did tell me that she was going to Vegas, right? But then she said recently, if you go back and like look at some of her posts, that that Jen and Christian say that they'll have a whole suite for them when they come, you know, to come.
Oh, okay. I heard her say that, but that was at their
she's-
house. But okay.
No, I mean in the new house that they're gonna have in Vegas.
Jen and CG.
Yes, Jen and CG's house.
We're gonna
allegedly
have a
got in
spot
Vegas
for Auntie Lauren and her husband. Got
to
it.
move there and live with them. Mm-hmm. Yes, child.
I'd be
And
like,
allegedly, they believe that they're living together right now.
interesting. Well, I noticed that they've been super duper quiet more than usual. I just thought that was strange. But she had blocked me on Instagram, which is always funny when you're like, it's like, you blocked me?
She should have blocked me.
Really? What did I do? I've just done a few videos. I'm not V. Lenore. Why you block me? You should have been blocking V. Lenore. I'm the girl. You the one.
She hates me now. She
girl. You blocked me. What did I do? I didn't even really do that many videos.
Wait a minute. She blocked you, not V. Lenore? What?
Yes. The nerve.
The nerve.
I'm just a baby blogger. What did I do? I didn't do nothing
Girl,
to you.
bye.
Girl, I'm just a little baby out here. I didn't do nothing to you, ma'am.
Girl, real quick, I'll say this. I know you got to go, but did you see that live? I did a live one night, and they happened to be live on Twitch. And so while I was live, Alteria hit me up and said they're on Twitch live right now. I got like a couple of calls. So we went over to Twitch, and then I texted Auntie Lauren because Auntie Lauren, the Armani guy that's
Yes,
introduced
yes.
them, all of them, Jen and Christian.
When
with
Jen came on your live in a bathrobe?
No, it was after she went in no bathroom. Wait, no. This is another day. This was like a couple of months ago. And so I called, I'm sorry. I sent Lauren a text message and said something I forgot what I said to her. And she looked in the camera and told them and showed them the phone that I was watching them on Twitch. And then they went and cut the whole feed.
Bothered. Okay. So I wonder, is that where they're going live on Twitch?
I don't think they have been, though. They were trying to or talking about doing it because they said Instagram and YouTube are of the past. But
oh God, but they're not of Twitch either. They're not. People have to read the room, and just because that room is popping doesn't mean that you're going to be popping in it. You know what I'm saying? It's popping for who it pops for, and sometimes you got to just realize if you ain't popping,
right, that part.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're popping on Basketball Wives. Okay. That's where you know what I'm saying? That's where people expect to find you. And Instagram, and you know what I'm saying? Like go back to Instagram. She doesn't want people in her business, but there we go. Another person who wants to make money off of sharing her business, but then doesn't want people in her business. Okay.
Yep. And when it goes bad, they don't like it. That's the bottom line. It's like Sonya. She wanted to use the bloggers to get her word out, to get famous. And then when everybody was like, we ain't feeling you and we're going to call you out on your stuff. Now she's trying to shut down the blog.
Now she mad. Yeah. Oh, well. You can't put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container. Okay. In the toothpaste tube. Okay.
It's done.
Once it's out, it's out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, you guys. You guys have a great afternoon. Dennis, it's been real. It was good seeing you.
What, Dennis?
Dennis is on mute. Dennis is probably having like 5 other conversations. Dennis has been busy on that phone. Okay. All right, you guys. You guys take care. Right. Nyla, thank you for coming through, hun.
Yes.
She's gone. I'm still here.
Well, I'm speaking to Nyla through the clouds. Nyla might have us on the speakers in the house. Nyla into the clouds. Thank you, boo. Okay, you guys. All right, see you later, y'all. Take care, y'all.
Love you.
Okay, love you too. Bye-bye. Bye, Dennis.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, you guys. Thank you, guys. This has been a long one. This is a long one. And I'm so glad we had some friends drop through today. This was so much fun. If you haven't taken a minute yet to hit the thumbs up, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure your notifications are set so that you can be notified every time I go live, post a video, do all of the things. If you are coming through live on Mr. Dennis Byron's live, go ahead, hit the thumbs up for Mr. Dennis Byron. Subscribe to his channel so that when he goes live, post videos, and do all of the things he does, you can be notified as well. Okay, you guys, take care. Thank you for coming through. Bye-bye.